Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Midnite Snak podcast, where we have the goods that keep you up at night. Oh, I couldn't burp. I really wanted to. My name's Brandon. This is
Austin.
Oh, that's good. That's good timing. And
Austin. And Justin.
You know, you can put that closer. I mean, no one wants to really hear you eat.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
yeah, Justin has some delicious smelling fucking chicken wings from Domino's because we both just closed or got back from closing.
Damn, dude, you just deboned that thing in one fucking go.
Once a fat ass, always a fat ass. Anyway, today, beyond
Can you do that with something else?
Ooh. Suck my meat off until you get to the bone. For those of you who don't know, we don't have bones in our penis.
Damn it.
But
Oh, shit.
other animals do. So
Dude, I literally just ate a full bag of that last night.
I
That
wanted to
exact
see what
one.
it tasted like.
It's okay.
That.
It's okay. No, they're not bad, but
I
I
just want to see if they cheaped out on the.
ate the whole bag.
Ooh, they didn't cheap out. Nice.
That was better than
That's pretty fucking good.
Sponsored by Doritos.
Oh hell
no.
Anyway, the first
I would
topic
totally
we're
do
going
one
to
of their-
discuss today before we get too fucking sidetracked is... Okay, one of the downsides to the show is we don't get to talk about topics until like a week after it happened. Like with the Oscars, you know, we had to wait until we had our show because we only have 1 week. And apparently everything happens on Sunday or Monday. So Elon Musk just announced that he now owns, I think it was like 9% of Twitter. For those of you who are, you know, paying attention to the news. If not, you're welcome for letting you know.
I don't.
So do you know what that means now that he owns? It's the largest stake in Twitter. Twitter.
No.
So Justin may be able to explain it a little bit more in depth than I, but I'll try my best. So what happens typically in multiple different companies, whenever they go public, they're now allowing people to buy and sell stocks in their company, which anyone, even plebs like us, can do. However, there can be large share or stockholders, like Elon Musk is now, where you buy up a whole bunch of stock and you're at such a cap that you're a certain percentage of the valuation of the company. And now you get a say in where the company goes. You can now sit on the board, or you can assign someone to the board, or you get more like leeway in the decisions of the company because they understand that if you're not happy and if you sell out all of your stock, the price plummets and everyone at the company suffers. So now that he owns 9%, he's now able to make certain decisions for Twitter, whether or not he's actually going to be able to do that. But that's basically what that means is as you get to a certain percentage of the company, a large enough percentage, I would say probably about 5% is about where you start getting into board member territory. Once you get to that level, you can influence a company pretty significantly. And you know who Elon Musk is.
Of course.
He did that with Tesla, too.
He bought. Did he buy out Tesla? Because I don't think he was the CEO of Tesla, was he?
No. He bought like a huge percent of it, so it became a big word for it.
It was started up by like
meant
two
something.
California dudes.
Probably.
And their first car was actually off of the Lotus Elise. They took a Lotus Elise and then they electrified it because they didn't have enough money to make a chassis, but that's for another topic. For another day. So, this is kind of an open-ended but directed question. Do you think our generation even uses Twitter?
Our generation?
That'd be like 1995 to 2005.
Do
Probably
you
about
use
half.
Twitter?
I've never used Twitter in my life.
You say half? Anecdotally, I would say less than 10%.
Really?
Anecdotally, I don't know what the evidence shows out there, but maybe they have that evidence. But as far as I know, whenever we were growing up, Twitter was like for old people, or for that very specific type of person that wants to be on that platform. Like, you know how Facebook was like for the boomers, which before the boomers we called them just old people, but or moms, you could say.
That's true. It's kind of like Pinterest in a sense.
Facebook or Twitter?
Facebook.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Pinterest in a sense. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't feel that a lot of people our age even fucking uses it.
Mhm.
So that leads into my next question. What is it even good for?
Gossip.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know.
what
just spreading bad news of.
what good news has ever come
there's
from
no
Twitter?
good news.
No, it's all
That
people
I've
being.
never used Twitter in my life.
I've never used Twitter,
And I've gone on Facebook about a handful of times.
Yeah, to check, birthdays.
I don't even. Nah, dude.
That's what I do. Too.
Yeah,
I don't.
because otherwise it's
I
like,
hear about it. Like
When was
my
your birthday again?
yeah, exactly.
my sister will just let me know whose birthday it is. I'm like,
That's
cool.
yeah, that's
thank
what
you.
my mom does for the most part.
Yeah, I don't keep track of that shit. Even like my friends.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to that.
When something really bad happens, our mom just tells us.
Yeah, if our mom like passed away, we wouldn't know anything about anybody. I swear
You could be
because
dead a week ago and we don't know.
I learned about Jake through mom. I learned about your accident through mom.
Mhm.
Well,
Yep.
Was it through mom?
Yeah. it was
I
through
thought I
mom.
learned it from you actually.
I was on Facebook more than, but that was mom too, I think.
Okay. Yeah, no. Every bit of information was mom.
What would we do without mom?
Yeah, mom on Facebook.
That's like my sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, my sister's in tuned with just everything.
Speaking of Facebook, we're not on those either. Our
not really,
generation,
no.
It's more
I've
Instagram.
maybe been on Facebook 3 or 4 times in the last like full year, not like year to date.
Dude,
And-
I've even
2 of those times was to set up the Midnite Snak Facebook page just in case we wanted to do that and no one else could take it. So I put one there, and that was one or two of the times. So nope, don't fucking use it.
no, I think I don't know.
It's outdated, in my opinion, and there's nothing good for it.
It's like for me using Facebook is like a maze. I don't understand.
Well, yeah,
how
I mean that
fucking-
makes sense because you're
Your eyes,
dyslexic.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing with
it's
Twitter
so
too.
confusing though on like how they have it. It's like
Mhm.
like there could be something in current feed that was like 2 years ago, and I'm like,
Oh
what
yeah,
the
because
fuck?
I think Facebook is a little fucked up in that category because they're using algorithms to try to get people to come back to Facebook.
Mm,
So every time that it says 1
Yeah.
year ago, 2 years ago, Facebook, for me anyway, they send me a text, they send me
Oh,
an
no.
email,
I don't.
and it's like, I'm not on Facebook. Stop trying to get me to use Facebook. And they do that all the time, and that's why they
I
keep
don't-
doing
I don't
it
have
3
a
years ago,
text.
4
I
years
don't-
ago, 5 years ago, because they're trying to send you shit. It's like,
No, like when I'm on there, like looking through the feed and shit.
yeah.
Like when I used to, like when I was younger, that's all it was. I was so confused. There was like no recent posts. It was just all like old.
You fat ass bitch! You just had chicken and now you're gonna eat Oreo. I mean, it's your Oreos. Anyway, what did I write? Oh, yeah, I wrote outside looking in because I do not
Jesus
have Twitter, as I've already oh my god, as I've already clarified. I see that Twitter is a place for normal people to be assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, normal people who wouldn't say shit in real life, but they'll do it on Twitter because that's apparently the place to do it.
It's everyone that like just to talk shit.
I mean, added in whatever got solved from a tweet.
World hunger.
Yeah. I'm sure if it gets retweeted 1,000 times, that those kids in Africa will eat comfortably. You know. What? I've invoked kids from Africa, and that made you laugh.
I had a very dark thought. Just don't worry about it.
I mean, I did just bring up Africa. Should we take Twitter seriously? I think I already asked that. Well, I kind of asked a similar question.
Hell no.
Yeah, no. If you're on Twitter and
No,
you
go
take it
fuck
seriously, you have a mental illness.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
All right, now it's getting
In
into the Elon shit. So, do you think Elon could change Twitter for the better?
Yes.
I want him to answer, bitch.
Sorry.
Mm.
Like, now that he's able to make decisions, do you think he'll make the right ones? Because he came out not that long ago on Twitter basically saying that the First Amendment should be applied to all social media platforms, that the freedom of speech should not be, well, I'm kind of putting two together, but...
Is he like conservative or Republican or
I don't
what is
trust
he?
him yet. I still don't trust him.
Is it kind of like Trump?
No. I don't
Or it
trust
used to
Elon
be.
that much because he's doing some shady stuff that kind of points out to
Yeah.
me that he's just kind of more narcissistic. He doesn't really. He's kind of riding a movement kind of thing, and he does that a lot, like he did with Tesla. He's kind of riding that out until eventually it fizzles, because it will. We don't really have the electronic infrastructure for all of that shit, unless maybe somehow we figure something out. But and his whole like path to Mars.
I mean, maybe he might be able to do a little bit, but not much.
I think
to be
he
honest.
puts his mind to it.
He does work like a lot of hours.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
I just ask why. You're worth billions of dollars.
Right.
Were you still want to work that hard? I don't know. He claims to be autistic, but we don't know. Doesn't he? Right? He claims.
Asperger's.
Yeah. I always say claims when it comes to anything like that, because someone can say, hey, I have cancer. It's like the only two people who would know that is you and your doctor cannot conceal or give out that information. So I have to say that you claimed it, because I don't know if it's true. I think I did that with Jada. It's like claimed to have alopecia, because I was like, if she has it, that I don't know if there's evidence for that. Anyway.
interesting.
Yeah. Oh, and on that note as well, I heard, and I don't know if this is true, this could be just complete gossip, but with Jada, it doesn't matter. Apparently she cried on her wedding day, not because of the emotional aspect of the wedding, but she didn't want to get married. Which makes sense.
I think that's a rumor.
I think that makes... She said it on her podcast, apparently.
Oh my goodness.
Well, she used her podcast while Will was on it to say that she had an entanglement with their son's friend.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
She slept with her son's friend.
She's nasty.
Yeah. And then said it on a podcast with Will in public. That's why I dislike her so much.
Damn.
Yeah.
The balls that she took mine and added it onto hers.
Yeah, apparently.
She took Will's and then found mine lying around
and
somewhere.
that extra
in space, and she was
testosterone
like,
is just burning through her hair follicles. That's what's
Right.
happening, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, is it dangerous that the Elon Musks of the world, so the ultra wealthy, if you want to call them that,
Okay.
can influence companies like Twitter?
Yes.
Because he has a lot of
Yeah, it was kind of a straightforward question, I guess, because it is dangerous.
It's dangerous
it's a big
because
risk.
we have no. Well, for that, but like they hold all the power.
Yeah, all those
We
companies
don't.
hold so much power because companies of old, they had a whole bunch of money and wealth to do stuff, but they
Yeah.
never had the platform to have that much control over what people are saying and what information gets through. These companies are huge, like Google.
Oh yeah.
If you Google search anything right now, it is not like what it used to be. If you Google search something, it'll actually pop up what is closest to it. Nowadays, you Google something, it pops up random shit, and you can't find what you're looking for because it keeps misguiding you to somewhere else. Like if you look up news, it's gonna pop up CNN, CBS, ABC. It's like, and maybe Fox. It's like, what other news is there? And there's a whole bunch of independent media platforms too. It's like if you want to know today's news, local news, it'll show that up. But the first one's gonna be CNN, the New York Times, New York Post, ABC. It's like they influence it heavily.
Yeah.
And I know they did it with the last election, but we can not say anything about that. I mean, a special laptop.
Mm.
You hear about that?
No.
Joe Biden's son had a laptop that had certain drug paraphernalia on it, as well as pictures of him naked sending text to his niece who was underage.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. Though.
Yeah, but they lied about the story whenever the election was undergoing, and then
I mean,
now it's come out to be true, and everyone knows it's true, and whatever.
yeah.
Oh,
That does not surprise me.
this is kind of a silly question.
Okay.
When do you
let's hear it.
think Elon will finally come out as either being Iron Man or Batman? Come on, Elon. We all know. It's like, come on, you're playing this story arc. Just come out, Cape Crusader. I mean, we need you in some cities. I mean, probably all of them.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be Iron Man would probably be better because you're able to go from city to city a lot easier than Batman, whereas he just stays in one city. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't have to be as physically fit.
But
I mean-
when do you think he's going to finally come out as being Iron Man? He was literally in the movie Iron Man 2.
Was he?
Mm-hmm. He was in a white suit. It was during the...
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, it was during the Formula One race that they were having at that time. And Tony Stark is inside of a building, and he walks up to Elon Musk, and Elon Musk actually delivers a line. I can't remember what the line was. But no, he was in Iron Man 2.
Was he wealthy at that time?
Just look up Elon Musk Iron Man 2.
No fucking way.
No, he was in it.
No fucking way.
You'd have to go to images.
Right here. Do we want the video?
Go to images. It'll probably pull up a picture of the scene. Yeah. There he is.
Yep. Better one.
Yeah.
He's probably poorer than 2010. Yeah, he was poor.
No, he was owner of PayPal.
Is he still?
No, he sold it.
Okay.
He sold PayPal whenever he was transitioning to Tesla and SpaceX and Boring Company.
He is Iron Man.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's the autistic Iron Man.
Damn, bro. Why are you coming at him like that?
I mean, he came
He'll
out
do
as
better.
being, yeah. He'll probably just slap me in some kind of tweet if this becomes popular, which
Hopes and dreams.
moving on to the next thing. So apparently the Grammys happened.
I don't give a fuck. Think that impacts my life?
Where
No.
a man won a Grammy.
A man?
Yes.
Are you sure it wasn't an it?
No. A man who won a Grammy for being a guest on a trivia show known as Jeopardy.
Uh-huh.
This man won the Grammy likely because he says that he's a woman. So guys, if you want to claim a useless award, make sure to get a whole bunch of attention on a useless TV show and claim to be a woman, and you'll win a Grammy. Or go on a movie and you win an Oscar. Or you go to make some kind of music and you'll win whatever the fuck they call that. I don't care. It's a useless award that means shit.
You just gotta slap someone too.
What?
Then you win something. You just gotta slap something too.
Yeah. And then now you're kicked out of the Oscars. You won't be playing in any kind of movie. You've been
Hey, but you
fired
got
from
the
every
reward.
role.
You got the reward, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. He's winning. Oh, on a side note, when do you think the apocalypse will occur?
I think the end of our life. Around there.
End of our life?
So 2 months?
I mean, yeah. So probably like when I'm like, if I make it to like 50 or 60.
So like 2049, 2048.
Yeah, probably somewhere around there. Could not, but
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's where we're headed.
I think we'll hit like a civil war or something before we get to apocalypse.
Yeah. But I mean, that's like the end of days.
Yeah.
So I think the end of life itself will be in our lifetime.
There's one topic I want to get into, but I need to read it up on it a little bit more, and that's the book of Revelations.
I love Revelations.
Yeah. I want to talk
such
about that a little bit more.
badass part of the Bible.
So I remember the first part of Revelations is literally it was John, the disciple John talking with Jesus, and Jesus basically sending the letters to the different churches at that time, and all the letters are being, told. And then after that, John is taken up to heaven, and that's where it gets into stuff where I'm like, what the fuck? Because they always talk about the 7 seals, the 7 scrolls, the 7 everything, and it's so confusing to try to keep track of all of that shit. So we don't need to talk about it today. We'll get into it a little bit later whenever Brandon does some reading, which is likely to be never. Oh.
Star Wars never read.
Austin
Facts.
never reads.
True.
Why did I do it like this? So I asked the question, and then I have like 4 bullet points that say, given the war in Ukraine where nuclear weapons are now on the table, North Korea is starting to develop ICBMs, which are intercontinental ballistic missiles. I'm surprised I could actually say that. China is advancing on Taiwan. Iran is also making advancements towards nuclear armament.
Wait, China is attacking Taiwan?
They're ramping up to attack Taiwan.
Damn.
Yeah.
Don't we have missiles there?
We don't have anyone stationed there, but they are an ally, so we're supposed to. But given our current administration, yeah, Which also brings up another topic. Technically, Congress is supposed to declare a war, but the last, 10 wars have been president, not Congress. So technically, they're illegitimate. The war in Vietnam, it's the war in Korea is the first one, then the war in Vietnam, and then what's it called? The Gulf War, and then the Iraq War, Afghanistan War, Middle East, that stuff. So. Yeah.
Interesting.
So if you want to count on anything, count on Congress not doing their fucking job.
Sounds about right.
Unless their job entails giving themselves a raise, and then they'll do it. Yeah.
I wish that my life was that easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly.
Just have your husband pay into Tesla right before a certain bill comes in place where all federal vehicles are supposed to be electronic. So they did that.
Were you the one that told me that we're like the state of Washington, our governor wants us to have all electric vehicles by
2025 or 2030?
2030.
Yeah.
It's just like 8 years.
Which is impossible to do.
Yeah.
So that'll never happen.
No. And if he wants to enforce it, it's like good fucking luck. You have people out in Edenville that are like, fuck you, I'm driving my big ass truck.
Yeah.
And my sheriff over here has got a gun and he's on my side, so go fuck yourself.
That's true.
You know how many fuck Inslee stickers I've seen? So our governor's name is Jay Inslee, so that's why the fuck Inslee is to basically say fuck you. I see them all over the place now. Because everyone shares that sentiment whenever they're not living in Seattle or Olympia or Tacoma.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Inslee is just...
He's a tool.
He is. Yeah.
If that becomes a requirement, I'm just going to move to Texas.
He's butt wipe, dude.
Butt wipe?
Mm-hmm. Toilet paper.
Damn. I wouldn't even put him that high.
Yeah, that's fair.
I took a deep breath in through my nose and out. Have you done that before?
No.
Oh.
I've gotten, you know the red or the black bag with the red? Those ones
Flamin'
are really
hot.
hot. Yeah.
Cheddar.
I love those. Cheddar.
Yeah, right?
No. Just flaming hot. No, I told you about this, but I bit into the chip and a piece of it flew up and went into the corner of my eyeball.
Yeah.
Oh. And I was in the car too, and I was like, pull over. And so my buddy pulled over, and I'm like, I don't care what kind of liquid we have in this car,
Sperm.
I want it. He's like, yeah, but it'll take a minute. No, but he handed me a water.
For me?
No,
think
but
it'll last that long?
He handed me a water bottle, and I'm like, just fucking pouring it all over my fucking face.
Imagine
Your
if you're
fucking
fine.
eyes.
Dude, my eyeball hurts so bad.
Worst thing I have is just this bump on my head. It's just like a cyst.
Mm.
That-
Mm.
Can I
Yeah.
pop it?
Nice.
I've tried.
Stuck a needle, just
Yeah, that's what my wife tried, but it's a cyst, so it doesn't come
Isn't
out.
that a bad idea?
have an
Or
assist.
no?
Okay, we
Which
took every
arm?
precaution. So my wife's a nurse, licensed
System
but
arm.
currently not working, but she's a nurse, and we took every precaution necessary for it. She put on gloves, we used an alcohol wipe on the skin, and then we used a lighter to light up the needle to red hot,
Yep.
and we waited it for it to cool off, and then stuck me.
Disinfected. Yep.
She's like, did that hurt? I'm like, no, this actually feels kind of good.
It does, though.
Yeah, it's just the
Mhm.
needle. It's the weirdest thing. It's like it feels like you're relieving pressure, and some pressure did release, but it's mostly air. So it's like she thought she'd push too hard. I'm like, yeah, you're not gonna get through skull with a needle.
It would have been funny if it farted. As you poke it.
That just sounds like trauma to me.
What? A farting cyst?
No, just needles in my head area.
It was on the top of my head, so you
Yeah.
don't feel it that much. You feel a little bit, but it's not that bad.
Yeah. I don't know.
What was the next thing I had on here?
Here, make sure to cover up that McDonald's logo, bro.
Oh yeah,
We were-
yeah.
We were talking about apocalypse.
Oh,
McDonald's.
Apocalypse?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. The next one was, do you think aliens exist?
Alien? I don't think that there's spaceships and little green men running around.
What, you
No.
haven't seen like the little pills flying around that the Navy
No.
saw? No, you don't believe in that?
No, I believe that there's other life forms on different planets, not physically like humans, but like
Oh, I know it's microbes. 'Cause, yeah, they've
Microbes and-
already found
yeah,
that shit.
like
That's
that
pretty
kind of
fucking
stuff.
easy.
I mean, technically, you consider that alien.
Oh, and that's life. So yeah.
So that I believe in, but not, abduction, probed up the ass kind of ordeal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Even though, like,
where's your sense of
dreams,
imagination?
but
Yeah, the only argument that
God
people
hates me.
have for aliens are that they're like, I'm open to it. The only argument they have is like, well, the universe is infinite, so there's an infinite possibilities. It's like, okay, fucking dickhead. Yeah.
Well, if
yeah,
there's
an
infinite possibilities,
and
but
there's
why-
one possibility that my
never
dick
mind.
is really a vagina and I'm a woman. It's like, no, fuck you. I'm not a woman. Am I?
I could treat you like one.
You know what? I wish
Take
there was
you out,
there was one where
wine
I
and
was
dine
like,
you.
blue or green or red,
Huh?
Yeah, your skin's just blue, green, or red. Yeah. Get that color pass, Get your blue card out or your red card out. Although, well,
There's
technically
already a
red is,
green card.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we even call them green yet? Don't we call Mexicans brown?
I don't
I
know.
didn't think that's what we're talking about.
I don't know how this got here, but
Aliens. That's how we got here.
not illegal aliens.
Oh. Yeah, no, they don't exist at all. Well, you brought up green card. There's already a green card, so I asked you, well, then why don't we call them green, Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Then I asked you whether or
Oh,
not,
that
yeah.
was fun.
So you're saying technically, but no.
Yes.
Not in a way that we...
Not in the way that everyone.
when you hear alien, you
yeah.
think of this little green fucking
Yeah.
big-ass headed, big-eyed...
Guy that crawls up your asshole and makes you regret life. Yeah.
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 But in Brandon's case, he would enjoy it even more.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, no one's gonna know. I'm on a ship. The only one's gonna know is the aliens, and they can't fucking speak English, so... I'm not gay if I... if I'm surrounded by people I don't know.
I think that's still gay.
I still think that's pretty fucking
I
gay.
think-
That's
I
actually
think-
more gay than...
I think that's
Yeah.
It's, that's
Sounds
an
like
issue.
that sounds like I was in a
Should get that
spaceship. That was like
checked
a gas station bathroom, if you know what I mean. You know the ones where they have the number, call for a good time. You know it's always a guy. That's for gay hookups. That's not for like
Yeah.
women didn't go into men's bathroom and be like, call for a good time. No, that's a dude.
If only though.
There's some hoes out there.
That
I'm
would
sure
walk
maybe at,
into a gas station
Wait,
guy's
not
bathroom.
a gas station, but maybe at like a high school.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, she's already in the bathroom, so it's not that much to write her number.
That's all right either. I'm
Damn.
here.
Damn. Has this just been like recording that screen?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you want to
Well, let's
minimize
see.
it, because I want to see if my computer exploding.
No, we're good.
Well,
Boom.
Well, yeah, it's pretty hot.
I mean,
If
it
the
does
stream
that.
dies, it's my computer exploding, and we're all dead.
I don't remember.
Praise
that being a problem.
God.
I'll
Oh, yeah.
open the window.
Oh, that's a Rancor, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah. I finally figured. Oh, because of the Book of Boba Fett. I'll ask you that question later, but about the Book of Boba Fett, if whether or not. Wait, have you watched it?
Yeah. I don't
There's nothing memorable to it.
really.
No, it's just. Yeah, I mean, Baby Yoda comes back, but that's not much of big news because he's only there for like 3 episodes, and he's only there for like 10% of each one, so he's not really that present. Mandalorian comes back, or technically, I forgot his Din Djarin, I think is his name. That I don't know. I didn't get anything from it.
Interesting.
Because it starts with him off like with Tusken Raiders, you know, the Sandmen.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of, yeah. But, yeah, there's no good quality to the show. You don't learn anything new, nothing.
Does it tell the story of how he got out of the pit?
From what I remember, is his armor that saved him from the acid, but he still suffered some burns, and then he used a flamethrower, but I can't remember exactly how he got out because it was kind of confusing.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it that much. So
I'm still probably gonna watch it eventually.
yeah.
Once I, can
Oh, and that also reminds me.
get Disney Plus.
Don't. Especially after recent Disney history. They're literally, what did they do? They had a meeting with some of the higher ups of Disney, and in the meeting they were like, yeah, I try to put in queer material in the kids' shows wherever I can fit it. It's like, okay, so all parents who saw that now are no longer going to be subscribed to Disney Plus or watch a Disney movie you ever come out with again if you're happy about it. They've been pushing a lot of gay stuff after the Florida bill.
Not the woke moms.
True. The ones that want to sexually, or not sexually, but chemically castrate their children because they think that their children are claiming to be of a different sex when they themselves are, what is it called? Something by proxy. It's a condition in which you're hypochondriac, but for your kids. So you're always wanting your kids to be in the hospital so that you get attention as well as they get attention.
That's fucked.
Yeah, that happens a lot. It's Munchausen syndrome by proxy, I think is what it's called. Basically, I think that's what these parents have.
That's fucked.
Where they want the attention of having their kid claiming to be a girl or a boy, and in doing that, they get brownie points, virtuous points, whatever you want to call it, and they fuck up the life of their kid while they do it. I think that the kids should be removed from their parents. If you don't have the responsibility and intellect to understand that kids are creative, that yes, they want to go around doing other things because they're kids, and now you're forcing them to do these things that will harm them for the rest of your life, you're mentally insane, and you should not be taking care of those kids. It's my opinion. Whether or not you believe that, that's up to you.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to get so political. But when it comes to kids, you gotta be.
Yeah.
You can't just sit back and be like, oh yeah, it's fine, I'll just let the parents. No. Kid, you can't fuck with, the second you fuck with the next generation, that wreaks some havoc, not only on this country but the world.
I mean, it wouldn't fly in other countries though.
No.
It doesn't fly in other countries.
In China especially. The one that they're trying to sell it to, all the Disney films, Mulan especially, yeah. They filmed Mulan right next to a concentration camp. I'm not shitting you. They did it. Where they house, they're called Uyghur Muslims. They house the Uyghur Muslims.
Sounds weird.
I know, it sounds weird, but that's what they're called. They
We're making you lose track.
thank you.
Uyghur Muslims.
They chemically
Don't misspell that,
castrate
bro.
them, or they castrate them. They castrate these Uyghur Muslims to prevent them from having kids. And as far as I know, there's also been reports that they have been removing organs from their body to sell it on the black market, or to provide organs for people in China that need an organ transplant without their say. So it's very unethical what they're doing to the Uyghur Muslims. So anyway, back on the... Don't fuck with kids. I also started seeing they're trying to change pedophile. They're trying to change the word pedophile to map. Yes. To minor attractive person or minor attracted person. So a pedophile. They're attracted to minors.
I'm a map.
Yes.
Because
that's the next step. That's the next
because it
step.
sounds nicer?
Yeah, that's the next step in this evolution of whatever the fuck we want to call this gender ideology. Is like, okay, yeah, you're now allowing your kid to make decisions about their sexual biology before they're sexually mature.
Yeah.
Where's the next step? We're going to make it okay for grown-ass men to fuck little boys. That's where they're going with this. They're already doing it.
My asshole's in danger.
Well, you're not a little boy anymore.
Yeah, but I'm little.
I saw to it that you're not little anymore.
Only you know that side of me.
Yeah. Yeah, that asshole. But no, there was a story not that long ago about a little boy being a drag queen and stripping down in front of a group of a whole bunch of men. And it was praised as being something revolutionary. It's like, you mean child porn? Which most people get arrested for if they have on their computer? But we're going to praise this idea. And there's also, it was Drag Queen Story Hour, where a grown-ass man dressed as a woman would not only read a story to children, but there was a video of children climbing all over him.
Oh, so our president.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that too. I was like, Joe Biden?
Okay, I'll try to be a little bit quieter. Both my parents are heading out tomorrow morning at like 5, so try to be a little bit quieter.
2 hours.
Oh my god, that was a good one.
I do my best.
Yeah. But I have nothing against adults that have that mental condition. I love you all the same, but to the parents or to grown adults influencing kids to make those decisions, there's a place in hell for you. And that is my opinion. It's like, don't fuck with kids. Hey, Jesus of all people, even told his disciples, let the little ones come to me. Like, don't let them fall away, because if you do, you fucked up. Like, they're to be seen as the higher, like, you should place them at a higher level because their innocence is what makes them, in a way, more spiritually beautiful. Like, sure, you deal with your problems, but you want to be more like a child.
So, I have a question for you.
Not like in that way, but
Okay. So, do you think it's wrong for a man that is for a man that is spirit, like believes in God, to be with someone that is more on the fence about it?
Do you like morally wrong? Morally?
No, like just someone that just
I wouldn't recommend
they
it.
believe in like a. See, I have no problem with it, just because.
I have no problem with it, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Because I don't go to church. I'm very quiet about my faith. My faith is personal to me. Yeah. I don't care what you believe, and honestly, it makes it's a better talk about it because you go into depth and and you can. I can't even think after that. Like, I can smell your breath.
It's these chips, man.
Yeah, it is. No, it is.
I mean, I think they're good though.
They're not bad.
Shit.
I wish they were covered more because that's how my bag was. They're very lightly powdered.
They're too naked.
They are too naked.
I need you to cover up a little bit more.
Me?
Like, there's something more sexy about a woman in more like provocative clothing than fully naked.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
So Doritos, learn from that rule.
There's like a mystery there.
There's the actual stripping down too.
Yeah. Glad we're on the same page. Anyways.
Ass or tits?
Ass.
Hell yeah. Justin, ass or tits? Dick?
Ass.
I always love the ones where they're like, it has ass and tits right there, and then they put a box in personality and they check off ass. I love that.
Have you seen that? I think I might have showed it to you, but it was like different Jedis with different type of lightsabers, and it was like butt guys,
ass guys,
ass, or like
guys,
there was like there was like all these different personality guys, and they all had different lightsabers, and then it came to like the bad, what is that song called? Dun 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 dun. When Darth Vader, in Star Wars. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that one.
That one, yeah.
And then it was like, and then it showed like the guy with the red lightsaber and it said feet guys. Yeah.
That's on
no,
YouTube,
they're the janitor down the hall. They get no attention.
It was pretty funny.
if you're a grown man and you're most attracted, like the thing that you're most attracted to in a woman is feet, there's something wrong with you. There's more to look at than the feet. Like you can be okay. There's nothing wrong with being attracted to the feet.
Okay,
but it shouldn't be your top. Like when
we-
we're
we
asking
have-
ass or tits, we're asking which one do you prefer over the other. We're not saying you don't like the other or you like this one. No, it's not absolution. I'm just saying I like ass more than tits. Than more than I like feet.
I like them both.
But how could you place it at the top of the list? even like, you know, the base of the back is sexier than the feet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if those little dimples.
Yeah. You don't even need to see the ass. You
the
just got
little
that part.
dimples,
Yeah, it's
little
like
dimples.
there's so many parts of the body that wouldn't even be feet. That is still.
Yeah.
And some people are like ankle. It's like no. Why? Because
They
you're
all look
attracted
the
to grabbing
same.
the ankles and just yeeting her across the room. I don't understand. Yeah, I really like her hands. It's like no, you're gay. If
Yeah.
you're one of those guys, you're like, I really like her hands.
See,
You're
I've
gay.
always been super attracted to like eyes and a smile.
Eyes.
I mean, it's
if-
attractive.
if they
but
have
if it
good
was
eyes
ass,
and a
tits,
good
or
smile.
I'd still say ass.
So the first thing I look for is eyes or smile.
And then if I look
the
down, I
first
need to
thing.
see a little bit of a bulge.
Hmm I mean, it doesn't have to
Maybe
be like
maybe like a questionable jawline, like
Just-
I might be a man. There are some
Okay,
women out there
okay.
that have masculine jaws that look.
my ex-girlfriend.
attractive.
Not Ashley, but my
I don't know.
M.
Uh,
She had a very pronounced jawline.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
She had a very pronounced jawline,
Maybe
but
she
it was like
dated.
it was like the woman jawline,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it like very pronounced. I was like,
And then you have there's a video of a woman that's literally just square face, and they make fun of her by putting the little like the from Mario. Oh, hilarious! It's like you can't be too much, but some is fine. But
okay, back to the original question that I was gonna ask you.
what was it?
Do you think it's a problem?
Oh, we're going way back. Okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
To the original question.
Again, it's not a problem, but I wouldn't recommend it. And here's mainly why. It's because
What's the problem? I kind of lost.
Would-
So-
would you date someone that didn't believe in God?
Oh, that's the question.
there's a major problem to it, because why are you dating in the first place? If you're dating to get married, I wouldn't recommend it because two reasons. One, let's say you do eventually get married, they'll never concede the idea of God, and you
No. So I'm not saying they're well, I mean, yeah. They
But-
could
but-
go for any like
Well,
So-
let's say that they're struggling with their faith.
right.
And that now puts it on you to either teach them about your faith in a way, or to risk the idea of them never. Let's
See,
say you're
all-
risking the idea that they'll never
See,
come to faith.
For me, it's just kind of like you can see how I live.
It
through
depends
it.
on if you want to have
Yeah.
kids and how you want to raise your kids.
Yeah.
Because you're risking the idea that whoever your wife is, she's a mom. She
I
may not teach
personally-
your kids the same values that
I
you
would
like.
personally, I would teach the values that I was grown up with, but I want them. I'm not going to drag them to church
Well, no.
because I hated that for me.
Yeah.
I hated that. I
there-
would
there are
have liked
negatives. I recognize those negatives. It
I
would have
would
been so
have-
much better if I found it.
exactly. So I won't push it on them. I'll
Yeah.
just tell them like my faith, whatever. If I'm ever in that situation, I'll just tell them my faith. This
Son,
is how.
I sat on a banana and it changed my life.
No, but anyways,
Isn't that what happened with her mom and dad? Dad
What?
wasn't faithful at all, but her mom kind of brought it to
I don't remember how that worked.
him. Okay. I
Or,
thought
no,
that's how-
because both him and
See, I'm
her
not trying to-
met at
like, I
youth
would
group
never
at the
try to
church,
change
so I don't think
anybody.
so.
Yeah.
I would never try to change anybody. But
It depends on the situation. Like
yeah,
knowing what we know, I would rather someone come to faith than not. Because you're saving them from not only hell but from themselves.
mhm.
It's like to go around the world and not have this, idea that there is a God out there. It's like if you
I mean,
didn't
I've
have
str-
that,
I've
you would have
struggled
probably
with
ended
my
it by
faith.
now, wouldn't you?
No,
No, even if the idea of God out there or not.
no, I wouldn't have ended it
Okay.
just for the straight. I don't want to be looked at like a fucking pussy.
Oh, okay.
That's my main
Okay.
drive.
Okay. So I guess that was the wrong way to go. But
Other than that, like
I'd still rather
once I
people
lose that,
come to faith because even psychologically speaking, it is one of the best ways of managing stress is faith, and not just faith, but some quasi part of religion, not like full in the details of making sure to be ritualistic about your faith, but they found that faith is a good thing for stress management. Meditation is a good thing for stress management because it allows you to slow down and evaluate what's going on in your life beyond just the surface thing that we don't pay attention to.
I love being a guy because I could just shut off my brain and just go into the nothing box.
And then I can't remember. The other one is like small accomplishments, just achieving small things and feeling like you have some sense of control. Those are the three stress managers.
You want to hear what I said to one of my friends? One of my friend's friends, and she was like, I don't know how men are able to just turn off their brains. I was like, because we got to deal with all that. And I like pointed to like them, like women.
Yeah, we don't have any energy left. So.
Yeah.
And we also
that's why we shut off.
We also have two heads.
Yeah, we have double the thinking power.
And it's not a good thinking power, the second one. Thinking with your dick, isn't it? It never brings you to a good situation. But no, I feel like
it was pretty good.
The principles of life that I have learned, I would have learned much slowly if I hadn't had faith. Just certain fundamental principles that almost everyone should understand.
I've always struggled with faith, or not faith, but in the whole God thing. Just in general, I've always struggled with that. I'm just like, I go through spurts even now. I'm just like, is there a God? I feel like there's something spiritual.
I feel
like there's something,
fighting with the doubt is a way of strengthening your faith anyway.
I mean,
so it's not unhealthy. As long as you still come to the fact that, well, yeah, he's probably there. But
yeah, I believe
the doubt isn't
he's there.
A lack of faith. It's just, that's the best way of putting it. It's basically testing your belief in it to make you stronger in your belief. Because if you just go around, and some people can do this, they just go in and they're like, "Yep, I'm 100% in. I believe 100%," and I'm me. Yeah. I doubt all the time.
You know what's funny?
But I still eventually come back.
Like if I'm in a room with Christians, I will not have as much fun or enjoyment talking with them.
It's because you have to censor yourself.
No. Enjoying talking to them just because.
I would say it's programming.
Well, some of them
they give programmed response.
Yeah, they do. They don't give real responses.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate that. That's honest. Like, I've met some of the best people that I knew that are not Christians.
They still grew up in a...
No.
Let me finish.
Oh.
They still grew up in a country that has fundamental ideas as far as principles are concerned in Judeo-Christian values. Even if they are claiming that there isn't a God, the system that was set up for them was Judeo-Christian, meaning all of the principles, like innocent until proven guilty is a Christian idea. But we use that in the judicial system to basically say, even if you are charged with a crime, until you are convicted of said crime, you are innocent until proven. In other countries, you don't get that.
Yeah.
I think Japan being one of them.
Isn't it like guilty until proven innocent?
Innocent, yeah. So it's up. We can claim that you did something, you didn't actually do it, but you have to prove to us that you didn't.
Yeah.
This is the only country where they have to prove that you did, and it's a by far better system. But that's just one example as to the principles that are set up in the country as well as society. That
I just enjoy them. Like, I enjoy being in their presence. I couldn't be. It sounds so bad. I couldn't be in a relationship with a Bible thumper.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I couldn't. Like, no offense. It's like someone like my sister. I could not. I couldn't. There's no fucking way. No way.
That's why I married my wife. She wasn't that way.
Yeah.
You're more of a thumper than she is.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
But
you're honestly not.
I don't know.
I'm not like super.
You just know so much.
I memorized a lot of the Bible, so
you just know so much about it.
One thing I am proud of, I've actually brought in a lot of people to like believe in something not not necessarily God,
Mhm.
but just believe that there is a higher power out there just by the way I roll as a
Yeah,
Christian.
it's like what's the point of living if there isn't
Yeah.
something to look up for
Yeah.
or to? It's like, oh sure, you'll become, let's say you become an Elon Musk. It's like, okay, you die, then what?
Yeah.
You'll be remembered as Elon Musk. It's like, then what? Then
Yeah.
what? It's like, when you get to that level, how do you go higher from that level, and how do you achieve
Yeah.
something greater than what has already been before? It's like there's got to be something as far as what you're trying to attain, and I still think that that's
Yeah.
God, and you don't have to think that he's a big guy upstairs
Yeah.
to just have that understanding that there is something out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just doesn't make sense for it to be like, yeah, human beings, they just, after millions of years, were invaded by evolution, and then now we're here, and our job in life is to eat, sleep, fuck, and innovate. That's it. Like, that's not an existence.
No. I would rather be dead. If
That's
that was the
China.
case.
But only one child.
Yeah.
Only one child.
No, I think they moved it to 2, didn't they?
Yeah, because now they're having a population crisis where there's too many men and there's not enough women.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're yeah. Yep.
Get fucked.
Well, don't get fucked. Well, unless you're gay and then get fucked. But
Yeah, it doesn't
unless
matter.
you're a woman and then if you're straight,
Yeah.
get fucked.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I guess if yeah. Anyway, because now women can be more selective in China. That's the scary thing. Because there's like 10 men for one woman. So now she can be more sexually selective. Which you could say is actually a good thing for women, but
Mormon?
that's the opposite of
Yeah,
Mormonism.
that-
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the woman's the pimp in the
More-
relationship.
More woman, not Mormon.
Well, that wouldn't make sense sexually speaking because she could only have one child every 9 months. So how do you partition that out? And would you even want to? I don't get it. I don't get why people want more than one. You know, the
Kids.
one's enough time and effort and money and to the relationship. You want to bring a second one in?
2 is pushing it for me.
2 is too much. My wife wants a horse. I don't want to bring in a second bitch that wants like an elephant or something. I can't barely handle the horse. Which I want to talk about a little bit later. Well,
What?
you know what?
Horses?
Fuck it. I brought it up. I'll talk about it
Horses?
now. So my wife
Is a horse.
has has always wanted a horse. That's
Okay.
been her dream. She's always been not like horse girl that way, horse girl, but she's always wanted a horse. And it just does not make any sense to me. Logically speaking, the only way it makes sense is the emotional attachment to a horse. But
Yeah,
I'm like,
there's no purpose in owning
It's
a
like-
horse.
the horse costs about, unless you adopt one, costs about what, a couple grand.
Oh, they ain't cheap.
Dude.
The trailer itself probably costs about $10,000. The truck,
Dude,
in order to tow the
you-
trailer that is capable, it has to be at least
You know how
$30,000.
much
I'm like,
the most
no.
expensive horse in the world is?
I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure it's because they're a racehorse.
Probably.
Yeah, it's the type of breed,
Mhm.
but yeah.
Arabians, aren't they?
Was it Arabian? Yeah, I know they're up there.
Yeah.
I think they're like a few $100,000.
You should
Yeah.
go to like
But,
horse camp or something on your anniversary.
I just,
You'd make her
the
life.
amount of investment that you have to make for one horse, not only with the money, but the time. Like, you can't ever
Dude,
go to, like,
and the food,
like Idaho for a week unless you have
Yeah.
someone taking care of the horse. It's like, oh my
dude,
God.
in the
It is a
food.
lot of work.
I'm like, by the time of that horse's life, let's say you get it as a foal, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, a fowl.
It's like 23 years. It's like you would be spending probably $50,000-$60,000 on that one horse. Of course, the first horse, because you're talking about the trailer, the truck, the stable, the land, everything. And
100
Horse-
to 10 grand.
yeah, it depends on if you adopt.
Yeah.
But even then, even if the horse costs $100, the trailer costs at least $15,000 for
Also,
one.
you're probably not going to get that good of a horse.
No, and I know she wants one, and that's been her like life's goal. But it does not. There's no return on investment on a horse because
I mean, there's no return on investment with like a dog or a cat.
Yeah, but at least they're a pet and they're easily manageable. They're not as expensive. You don't have to get any special equipment for them. And if you want to take them on a trip, you can without spending thousands of dollars to do it.
I mean,
So-
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, horse. There's nothing. You can't get milk from a horse. You can't get meat from a horse. Well, you can, but it's frowned upon, especially if your wife loves horses. So you
Just let
can't.
me come over.
You fuck a horse.
I actually do not like horses. I don't like them. I think they're one of the few animals that I actually hate.
Did one bite you? I've
Is it
seen a
because you're
girl
short?
Yeah.
What?
I've seen a girl get like a bite in her bicep, and there's like a bite mark. That made me fear horses. Never went to a horse again.
like-
You'll
because-
get nipped.
When I was younger, you know my cousin.
But no, you'll ride motorcycles and ATVs
H&K.
even after that accident. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's different, dude.
Not if it's an animal because I can't predict it.
No, that's not it.
Oh. We'll continue.
Just evil motherfuckers.
It can be.
No, just like I got bucked off of one, and then it just like
Ooh,
it's
yeah.
did
Yeah,
that
sucks.
and I was younger, so I was just like
Traumatized.
kind of like I think they're beautiful, yeah,
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They're like
But-
dogs. They're dangerous dogs, basically.
yeah.
They have the same. They learn the same way.
I don't know, but I would not want to get kicked. By one.
Oh no, you do not. You don't want to stand.
I still
behind
think
one.
there's
I learned that.
there's only two positives to horses: transportation, which we have cars,
That and it hurts.
and if you go hunting, you can put it on the horse's back and then walk to
Yeah,
wherever
but
you're supposed to go. Because sometimes you can't get an ATV into the area.
Have you
use
ever?
a horse
Have
to
you ever?
extract the
Yeah,
carcass.
but have you ever like ridden a horse?
Yeah. I
painful.
slapped my balls multiple times because it
Dude.
decided to go downhill and really stomp on its front
Dude.
legs, and it just slapped my balls on the horse's back. I'm like,
It's just a constant just down there,
that's why women.
dude.
That's why they love their horses. What would What would be a dream fish to catch?
a dream fish to catch. A mahi.
Mahi.
A mahi. Yeah,
I think I'd either go for like a large tuna just because they're huge,
that'd be cool. Yeah.
or like the Goliath grouper. That'd be fun. I know you can't keep it, but you can at least
But you can
catch
you
it.
can you can keep a mahi.
That's true. And you can keep tuna. Oh, swordfish. Or marlins.
Marlins.
Oh. They're scary though, so I don't know if I would go for that.
Yeah, there's been quite a few people that have been impaled by fishing them because when they get close to the boat, they'll swim towards and then jump out and whoosh, like a kebab.
Skewer me, daddy.
Yeah, I think a mahi would.
Freshwater fish,
Freshwater fish,
I
my
think I'd-
dream.
catfish. Just
Yeah,
some
like a
large
whale's catfish.
Yeah.
A whale's catfish.
Or maybe
Is
like
that
a cool looking gar or something.
Ooh, a sturgeon.
Yeah.
I
sturgeon.
would love to catch a sturgeon.
Yep.
That'd be sick.
I'd
Yeah.
love to go underground fishing. You know those holes with water. You just
No.
put like something inside and they start.
There's
coming
no
out.
fish in there.
Yeah.
Oh!
It's in a
You're
different country, I think.
you're talking about the holes like in the ground near a lake.
Probably,
some
yeah.
kind of
I'd
thing.
love to do
I
that.
thought you were talking about the.
I thought you were talking about ice fishing.
Oh no.
No, I don't know why, but I thought you were talking about the. You know how there's water, and then inside the water there's the illusion that there's another like lake,
Oh.
but it's just silt, really,
Oh.
and it's.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. I thought for whatever reason my mind went to that, and I didn't really pay attention to your.
Yeah.
There's
whole-
also something funny that I saw the other day.
That
So-
would be
Oh,
cool.
alligators.
No. A guy walks up to it's like a
sounds like a
small
bar
pond,
joke.
and he sticks his hand in the water and he just does this, and a fish comes up and it bites him on the thumb, and he catches it like, whoa, hillbilly fishing. You know, it's like that would be nice because all he did was he stuck his hand under the water, did this a couple times, and you see this fish just zoom
Mhm.
and just suck on his thumb. It's like got him.
I'd
kind of
love to
fish?
do that.
It's probably some kind of not perch. Like really scaly fish. I can't remember what they're called. They live in lakes and they're pretty invasive.
Oh,
And they're aggressive too. Yeah, carp. I think it was a carp.
Carper.
Yeah. Because they're aggressive, man. Carp? Hi. That was my wife who said horse crying emoji. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make... Maybe if we have a huge ranch one day when we're millionaires...
Hey, do you want your shovel back?
My what?
Your shovel?
Oh, I know what joke you're about to make. Fuck you. No, I need my pants back because she's wearing it in this relationship. Anyway,
Boom.
Whenever we moved down to Texas, one of the things we want to start doing is starting to raise our own meat. And I thought the most logical choice would be to do rabbits because they're
Horses.
Yeah, I'll raise horses for meat, Justin.
I'll do it.
But with rabbits,
If you own them, I'll kill them.
with rabbits, you know how rabbits just the second one of them fucks, they're everywhere kind of thing. I was like, well, if you take that principle and you have a whole bunch of bunnies, you could just hunt bunnies on your property. Hell yeah! So I was like, oh, that makes sense. You don't really have to feed them; they'll just munch on the grass, and you just shoot one occasionally and.
Dinner.
And it's a lot easier than chickens because when you kill a chicken, you got to defeather it. Whereas with the bunny, you just cut a certain slit. I don't know how to do it exactly yet, but you just cut a certain slit and you rip the skin off with the fur, and it's just a little naked body. It's like, that would be...
Bunnies are cuter than chickens, though. So I don't know if I'd want to kill it.
I'd be fine.
I really want to go turkey hunting.
I really don't like turkey, though.
Really?
They're the dumbest bird.
No, actually, they're pretty intelligent.
No, they're not. They're dumb.
They are dumb, but they're
you know how
intelligent
stupid they
to a
are?
bird.
They'll do what ants do. You know how ants will go in a circle until they eventually die? Turkeys will do the same thing because they'll just follow the leader. And there was a video where there was a dead cat. I know that's probably going to get you emotionally tied up. It was a dead cat, and they didn't know what it was. So one of them started walking toward it, but was walking around it to assess if it was like alive or dead. So the next one just followed him, and the next one followed him, and then eventually they're just going in a circle around this dead cat. And if someone didn't come in and intervene, they would just keep doing that perpetuity until they probably died. Because they're so fucking stupid. I was watching, Casual Geographics, that guy, where he'll just, like, the hyena and the pseudopenis, the black guy that'll just bring up random animal facts. Yeah. I started binge watching him the other day.
I love him.
Yeah. And how, elephants are fucked up, too. Yeah, I watched that one recently where whenever the guys become, like, super aggressive because they have the testosterone to mate, if they're frustrated because a female will not have sex with them, they will start bullying the little elephants. Like, they'll fucking eat them, bite them, eat them too. And then the other thing they'll do is that they find a rhino, they will rape the rhino. And there's videos of it out there. I was like, what the fuck? But elephants are fucked up. That's not the only one that's fucked up either. There's other animals. There's other animals that will rape other animals if they're sexually frustrated.
Dolphins.
I don't know if they rape other animals, but they do suck on pufferfin toxin. Like they'll hit not a puffer. Yeah, pufferfish.
They play with just anything and everything.
Oh, killer whales just fuck up everything.
Killer whales are one of my favorite things in the ocean.
Yeah, but they toy with their food. They're so scary.
They're so sadistic, and I love them.
They're the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
In the water.
Yeah.
No sharks.
I don't think they have any known predators other than, I think, a great white.
Maybe humans.
Technically, great whites don't have any predators, right?
No, they do.
Killer
Orcas.
whale.
Killer whales.
Killer whales,
sharks?
orcas. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
But other than that, no.
That's probably why
Other great
Megalodon
whites.
doesn't exist either.
Megalodon, yeah.
Well, also Megalodon. It has the food source.
Well, yeah.
There's not enough.
At
That's
that
why
time,
there's no
everything was
way.
big and
Yeah.
slow. Now
It's,
everything's small and fast, and they can't
yeah.
keep up with that.
Well, also that, but there's not enough food like whales.
Yeah.
You would see the decline in whales like nobody's business. Yeah.
It'd probably just eat whales. Megalodon?
Oh yeah. Well, it did back when it was alive.
Yeah, but you're talking about a shark about the same size, if not bigger, than a blue whale.
Isn't a blue whale technically top
No,
of the food chain too?
no,
That's the
no,
largest
no.
whale.
A blue whale was like 110 feet long, and then a megalodon was around like 50
I
to
guess
60 feet.
The reason I always get that confused is because every time they show the size, they always do it with the great white. So I think, oh, yeah, that's about, how much larger they
if
are.
you look up how long a blue whale is,
Dicks,
it's intense.
yeah, the dick is huge.
That is true. Yes.
Wasn't it like 7 feet long?
I think it's something ridiculous like that.
Like human being long.
That's bigger than.
Maybe don't post that to YouTube.
Writing is fun.
Yeah, for you. For me, it slaps my balls.
Yeah,
very fun.
we have something in between there.
But if we have a large enough ranch, it would make sense to have a horse because then you can, corral your cows together if you don't have dogs to do it for you.
Right.
But I don't think we'll have a big enough property to do that. Plus, I'd want to shoot all the time, and that's not good for animals. Speaking of marriage, do you think you'll ever get married?
I don't think so.
Do you want to get married?
Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe. I really don't know. You're not doing it right then. Uh-oh.
What if I like my balls slapped up against a horse's back?
He just likes them slapped, so tips there.
I actually, my balls, I don't know if you're this way, but
Yeah.
they're so sensitive. I don't like anything around. I don't like
Dude.
touching and nothing.
Nope.
Just immediately I go into cringe mode.
Yep.
Lose a boner.
I've had someone grab my balls before.
No, immediate.
Yep. Yep.
Like, you do not touch
you
my
get
future
concerned.
kids. Sorry.
Yeah, it
Our
is.
future kids.
It's very no.
I'm talking about my wife.
Would
Yeah.
you have kids before marriage?
Would I?
Yeah.
That is
If-
a sin
okay.
against God.
Let's say that I'm in a relationship and let's say we've been together for 3 years or something. We plan on getting married. Right? And let's say like I get an illness. Right? Let's say I get cancer or some shit.
Yeah.
Or something down there is
you
like
could just stop it as you're already planning on getting married.
Just get married.
No, what's the point?
yeah.
What's the point of waiting at that point? I don't understand it. It's like, oh, you already know that you want to be together forever for the rest of your life. Oh, but we can't have a kid yet. It's like,
Yeah.
okay. I understand it legally speaking. It's a little bit more difficult as well as the baby bump during a wedding ceremony. But
What if you knew you weren't going to be fertile in a week because
That's-
of cancer?
That's why.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, more like that, or even if like I was gonna die or something and she wanted my kid. Just whatever.
I wouldn't want to do that because you're fucking
Then
up
I
the
would.
kid.
Did you know you could have a child after you're dead?
yeah. They can shock you
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you go
They'll shock your balls. I believe they shock your balls.
yeah. They shock something.
And they do that at
Maybe
the
your prostate.
Oh, what is it called?
The last thing.
Whenever they embalm a body, they'll ask if you want that.
Bomb a body?
Yeah,
Embalm.
embalming.
Yeah.
Adding a whole bunch
The-
of chemicals to prevent your body from breaking down too fast.
Yeah. Before the funeral.
Yeah,
Yeah.
putting a whole bunch of makeup and
Yeah.
making you look more
Well,
alive.
they basically
empty you
stuff
out.
you
Yeah.
in a
they empty you
sense.
out.
Well, they take out all your organs.
They
too.
take out all your organs and they fill
Stitch you
your.
up.
They
your-
stitch your eyelids closed.
Well, they also do
mouth
something
closed.
with your blood, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
basically at
empty
the very
dry.
beginning, they
Yeah.
do like a kind of like a centrifugation of your blood. They'll pump this fluid into the vein, whereas they'll have an exit somewhere else on your body, so
Mhm.
it'll push all the blood out. But as they start to see that there's less and less blood coming through, then they'll stop because that whatever solution that
Yeah.
is will prevent your body from being broken down, as well as
Yeah.
I think it has a perfuming scent to it too. So
Yeah.
I would hate that job.
some people enjoy it.
Honestly,
You don't have
I
anyone
could do
talking
it.
back to you.
I could do it.
That's true. If you do
And you
something
can
wrong,
talk
you're
to
like,
them like
honestly, I've
you
always-
can talk to them like a psychopath, like, man, you're beautiful, aren't you?
You know,
then you,
I've always
you got a
thought,
problem.
I've always
lose your
thought about
job.
like going into like forensic science. I think that would be super cool.
You
Like a
wouldn't
super
pass
cool.
the first
No, I
class.
wouldn't. But it would be really cool.
I could do that technically with my degree. I just have to. I think I'd have to do
Or
like one or two more classes.
like an autopsy,
Yeah.
like concluding like the death of somebody,
Well,
of
you
like
wouldn't
how they died.
conclude.
or-
You would, finding out cause
Like,
of death.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a hole there and a hole there. That's why.
That's very good observation.
Sir, that's the anus and the
That's
vagina.
literally what I was thinking. That's waiting for you guys to think.
So it was a
What
through
about
and
this
through
hole?
shot.
Those
That's where there's
those are the nostrils.
Oh.
What about that? That's the mouth. What the? This looks like a hole. That is the belly button.
Oh wait, that is an entry.
Yeah. Do you have any questions before I get into the next part?
No,
Did you?
not that I could think of.
Because the next one's a bit like,
Deep.
no.
Um.
Kind of, I don't know. A tangent, if you will.
A tangent. All right, I'm always down for some tangents.
So, in our state, the state of Washington, the combined tax on gas is 67.8 cents per gallon. Meaning that if all taxes are removed on gas, it would only cost about $4 here. That would be under 4. So it'd be like $3.90 something.
Damn.
Where I'm going with this is, according to the EIA, which I don't know what it stands for. I tried figuring it out, but I think it's some kind of environmental statistic. Anyway,
Okay.
Washington consumes about 6.3 million gallons of gas a
Mhm.
year. That was in 2019. So if you do the math, you'll find that the amount of money that the government of Washington received from these taxes is $3.11 billion. Yeah. Now, for those of you who have done the math, yes, 67.8 cents times the 60 or 6.3 billion does not equal that. That is because with the combined tax, I was including federal. So the state of Washington is 49.4. And that's how you get the 3.11. Anyway, I also looked up how much it costs to renovate or to repave a mile of road. It's about $1 million. $1 million per mile. And right now, Washington State has about 3,100 miles of road. I did the math, so you don't have to think about it. Basically, if Washington used all the money that they got, which I think actually it's a total of 84,000 miles of road. Oh, that's what I was doing. So, yeah, sorry. That's why my math seems fucked. So every mile of road costs $1 million to repave. 3,100 miles of road could then be repaved each year, is what I was trying to get to. Next, there's about 84,000 miles of road. That would mean that it would only take 27 years at the current revenue to repave all of the roads of Washington. Where's the money going? Where's it going?
They're not all getting
I mean,
paid.
to build a new road, yes, it's cost more than that. In fact, I think it's like
It's going
3 million
to-
per mile, thereabout.
Oh, what's that called? Where poor people get a check.
Oh, you think so?
Welfare checks.
Welfare.
It's going to that. I mean, it's going to.
It's not supposed to.
I mean,
though.
to think about it, $3.11 billion, they could really renovate some roads that
They,
way.
they could do so.
Oh, and they spend so much money on it. We have like a strip of road that they're doing right now. I don't know what the final product will be, but I'm sure I'll be pissed about it.
Yeah.
Cost $3.547 million, and of that, like 2.9 million came from federal, not from state. So it's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Isn't it supposed to be the stickers on our car that pays for roads? The little sticker.
Oh,
that
you're
we
talking
put?
about tabs?
Yeah.
So yeah, tabs in the state of Washington, if you live at a certain
Dude.
place in Washington, is about $70 depending on your car. It's about $70. However, if you live, I can't
King
remember.
County.
If you live in Puyallup, even though you're nowhere near the city of Seattle and you'll probably never use the sound transit system, you have to pay $300 per tabs because you're helping fund for the sound transit system that you'll never use. $300 every year to ensure that you have a little sticker on your car that says that your car is legal to drive on the road, even though you already have an identifier for the fucking car. But no, we gotta have the little sticker so a cop knows when to pull you over to get more money from you. It's like,
Yeah, and then there's food tax. Then there's
yeah, booze, smoking,
everything.
yeah, yep,
Everything.
gotta love it.
It's
But
fucking wild.
the point I was trying to make is, if they're not using it, just stop taxing us in that
Yeah.
area, please. It's like
They're
there's
not-
so many people that are already struggling with the current cost of gas that if you remove that completely, federal and state, I understand state can only do what state does and federal can only do what federal does, but if you removed that 67.8 cents per gallon, that would save people so much money
Yeah.
here. I haven't done the math, but it'd be a lot of money. So, please. That leads into my next question. Is taxation theft?
Yeah, in a sense,
It's necessary to help
it's
rebuild things.
it's
That's it.
necessary to help, but not what they do with it.
So,
I wouldn't have a problem doing that if I knew it was actually going to that, but I know damn well that it's not.
no.
So that's where I have the issue.
So, this is my line of reasoning. So, taxation. So, a long time ago, during the Revolutionary War, there was this guy, I think his name was James Otis, but let's just say during the Revolutionary War, there was a guy who said, taxation without representation is theft or tyranny. And again, tyranny being a fancy word, basically saying that a government is being tyrannical and keeping their people down, but is theft. Are we represented today? My argument would be no, because according to Vox, not Fox, but Vox, the probability that a bill will be passed is unchanged with increasing public popularity. So as a bill becomes popular in the public, let's say there's a bill to reduce the cost of gas or to reduce the tax that I'm talking about, it'd be relatively popular, right? It would be like probably closer to the 100% popularity. Or you have a bill that is really unpopular, like we should let all the pedophiles out, zero popularity. The rate at which a bill will be passed is unchanged. It'd be about 30%. Even if it's highly popular, not popular at all, 30%. Now, what they also found is that as economic elites, or those who have their pockets in, most people in power, have increased positive attention for a bill, the probability of that bill being passed increases. So if an economic elite, let's say Bill Gates, wants a bill to be passed, the likelihood that it will be passed increases as more people in his own field want it to be passed. So we, the people, are not being represented because our popularity and what we want to be passed is not being passed, but a fair minority of people, or a small minority of people, have much more power than we do.
Bill
because of
Gates is
money.
an evil man.
Woo, we get into that too.
But he made Microsoft.
So I ask again:
Xbox.
is taxation theft?
Yes.
So taxation without representation is theft. We're not being represented, so therefore taxation is theft. That is my argument. Every
Let's
day.
fight.
Yeah.
Let's fight the government.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's really like they get on us breaking the law for, going over the speed limit, but yet they're stealing out of everyone's pocket, but
Yeah.
they're not being charged.
No.
They actually let me speed. I push it a little too much.
I do
Well,
too.
And anyone
but-
out there thinking that, oh yeah, maybe it's not theft, look up how much someone in Congress makes. Look at how much a senator makes. Your governor makes. Our governor makes more than those who go to Congress. Each one of these jobs are nearly $200,000 a year for someone who maybe got a degree, maybe got a bachelor's degree, and all they had to do was be popular during a candidate's race. You could say that their main job is to campaign every year. What are you looking up?
Governor wage.
Look up Governor Inslee's wage.
It's probably not going to do super.
It's $189,000 a year. Oh no, $171,000. Not up by much, but really, you don't need that much money. You're supposed to be a public official, and now you're making You're making more than a doctor makes. And you could say, well, no, a doctor makes $250,000. Not after malpractice insurance, they don't. Not after the student loans they had to pay, they don't.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to pay student loans to become a governor. You don't have to pay to go to school to become a governor. You just have to win a popularity contest in your state to ensure that you become the next governor. And you can make nearly $200,000 a year to do it.
This is what ours should do. Our state would be fucked.
At least something would get done, or nothing would get done.
You're definitely right.
You'd give away motorcycles to everybody for free.
I mean, it's of my belief that. Nice.
You know what though? I've always thought this. Like, I think everyone should go through a motorcycle class. Like, it has to be a mandatory.
Yeah, so you know what to do if like something happens.
Well, just so that they would open their eyes and see how fucking stupid people are.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because you don't really
You don't need to be on a
realize
motorcycle to realize how stupid people are on the road.
It's different. Everyone is stupid when you're on a motorcycle because you realize, even like when I'm in my car and I'm driving, I'm like, I'm being so stupid. If I was on a motorcycle right now, I would hate me. Like, I think about that all the time, and I'm like, okay, I need to chill.
Where? If you put a car topper on your car, like Domino's car topper, you'll find out just how stupid people are and how offended they are at something minor that you did, and they'll just absolute road rage at you because they see that you they can call in, they can complain. It's like, what my manager's gonna say.
I want them to, so I can hear what they're gonna say.
No, I literally do think everyone should go through a motorcycle class.
I've ridden a motorcycle, but it wasn't on paved road. It was at a Island
ATV,
Lake.
Right?
No, it was at Island Lake.
Was it a motorcycle or a dirt bike?
No, it was a dirt bike.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's
I was about to say
pretty much the same fucking thing.
No, it's different.
It's not.
They're the same fucking thing. You can't tell me they're different. Sure,
Okay.
one's road legal and one's not.
They ride very differently.
Yeah, because one is a 2-stroke engine, the other one's a 4-stroke. You know what that means, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Justin doesn't, but that's the main difference. So they don't ride as well. They're not as fast either.
Well, for one, the power to a sports bike well,
but that would be like saying a smart car is not a car. It is, but it's a shitty car. In the same way that dirt bikes are just slower versions of a motorcycle.
I just think that they should definitely enforce it with everybody. That, and also I think you'll start to see if gas prices still continuously just rise and rise to a ridiculous number. I think you'll see people start to ride motorcycles. I really do.
They'll start riding bicycles before they do that.
It took me $10. It took me $10 to fill up on my motorcycle.
Yeah, because it's a 3-gallon tank.
Huh?
Maybe even not that 3-gallon tank.
Yeah, but you know how many miles per gallon I get?
Probably 60.
What's the range of your bike?
So the Cruiser.
It's because it's a 3-gallon tank, right?
Some are a lot more. So like my older bike, which the one that held the most was my R1, and that held just under 5 gallons.
Okay, how far could you go with that?
I could go 200 and some odd miles.
So about 40 miles per gallon.
Yeah.
Prius.
Roughly. And then my first
my
bike.
My car can do that on the highway.
My first bike got 90 miles per gallon, and it was.
Was that just one time or?
No, it was my.
That was your 250, right?
Yeah, it was my 250.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. No, if you want like an affordable, good gas
moped.
No. No, just get a 250. Like that one was a lot better than a lot more. You are slow, but at least you're not paying an arm and a leg, and you can get to point A to point B.
But the reason I don't think that'll be that popular, and we talked about it before, is sure, that's fine for guys or for people who don't have kids. But if you have kids, you have no option. You can't be like, hey, kid, ride on the back of my motor. You can. I wouldn't risk it as a parent, to be honest with you. I wouldn't risk that because there are stupid fucking shitheads that are on the road.
Kids
To have
your child would probably love you though.
not mine.
Dude, you know how many kids fucking love motorcycle riders?
Oreos.
Oh, I thought you wanted the phone.
No, I'm being a fat ass bitch.
No, but like even like families, they love coming up to me with their kid and they're like, "Look at the bike! Oh my god, it's so pretty!" You know.
Exactly, that's what I was saying.
And then I've had like kids, especially on my sports bike, not on my cruiser as much, but like especially on sports bike, they're like, "Oh," you know, they're just fascinated with it. And then they're like, you know, I was like, "You want to rev it?" You know, and then they'll do it and it lights up their whole entire world. And I'm like,
Made their year.
yeah.
You just switch it into gear to
No, just
and then
kill.
scare the shit out of them for the rest of their life. They'll never ride one again. Hey, that's what you got to do with kids.
No, but
Keep them on their toes.
So yesterday when it was super nice,
Oh
my god,
yeah.
I went for a ride, right? Like the whole entire fucking day.
That's why
Yeah,
when
that's
I
good,
called
dude.
you,
That's-
you didn't answer.
That is why. But I called you back and you never called me back, you fucking
Because
slut.
my phone is being a bitch.
It's called phone tag.
I just went through a recent update, and I'm starting now. So, like, conversations I had yesterday won't appear, but the ones months ago will. And the update also fucked up my settings of my phone. Like, even my background, you know, in the phone, I believe it was my wife and I.
Yeah.
And now it's just this random background. I was like, what the fuck happened? It's like they wiped all the memory, but kind of put a little bit of remnants in there. And then I just recently got a stupid group chat from phone numbers that I don't recognize, sending a message that I'm like, that's probably porn. And I was like, where the fuck did they get my number? I'm signing up. No, I kept deleting it, and people kept responding to the email. I'm like, you know, that's how people hack your phone, right? Don't respond to it. And I kept trying to delete it, but they kept responding. I'm like, stop fucking responding. I don't know who you are, but fuck you.
You could block it, can't you?
Not if it's a group chat. That's why they did it that way. You can't block a group chat. You can block one individual person, but you can only delete the conversation of a group chat. That's why they clumped in a whole bunch of people who didn't know each other together. Because one idiot's like, what are these numbers?
Oh,
like,
someone said that?
yes. I'm like, fucking retard. It's like, if there's more than one number that you don't recognize,
Don't answer.
no. And then I also had like 5 different phone numbers send the same thing. It was just a message or like a image attachment. I'm like, nope.
Is it a woman?
No, it was just
No.
random numbers. There was no name
I've
to
gotten that before.
it.
Where like a
It's a
girl will send me like hey, like how are you? Like,
Oh yeah, one of those
like that.
bots.
But I was like, who the fuck? But they sent like an image of their face.
Oh yeah, no, they're catfishing you.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck?
They're also
And I
called
said-
bots.
No, I also said, what? Like that's all I put. And then they were like, I'm in for like I'm all home alone for the weekend, and then send me a nude of this person.
Nice.
And then I was like, that's nice, and then I deleted it.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
No, it's that kind of shit.
What
But yeah,
the fuck?
that was the reason I didn't
And
see
you
it,
know what's
because
wild?
it put that message so far down in my notification. Like typically the text message is at the top of my notification bar, but it was like number 7 on the list. I'm like, oh, Austin called me. I didn't even fucking see that, and I didn't feel it. I think
Yeah.
I was playing Rocket League by myself because I don't remember.
You
No, the
loner,
power
you.
wasn't out, but
You were playing Rocket League?
yeah, I was playing with
Without me?
I was playing with bots because I'm like, I don't want to go online. There's a whole
Oh.
bunch of 12-year-olds. So
Actually,
I just played bots because I was bored.
C12.
I was
Yes.
actually playing Rocket League today.
Nice.
Yeah,
But I
entered
think that's
the
why I didn't
tourney.
respond, because I was playing a game.
Why'd
Yeah.
you call me?
I think it was
Fishing?
Yeah, it was about the Idaho trip.
Oh, okay.
The fishing gear is gonna be pricey. Like the
Just
fishing
bring-
line, you need 65 to 80 pound line.
Holy
And-
crap, what are you guys catching?
Catfish.
How big are these catfish?
Probably 30, 40 pound.
They
think.
could.
be. Yeah.
Could.
You're going to take that back with you?
I
Yeah.
mean, you'd
You're going to have
process
to
it
buy some
first.
freezer or something.
No, we just take our
So
cooler.
I thought
Okay.
while we're might as well just go on about this whole fishing thing.
yeah.
I was thinking that we could go hit the river different places of the river.
So, okay, that was one of the questions I was going to ask you because it depends on the rig setup and how much shit we need. So the first question is the river rapid or are there points?
In some places.
Do you want to fish those places? Because if you do, then we need to buy it or make a different setup.
No. I want to fish the calmer.
Okay,
parts.
then we're good. Because the one setup for the more rapid areas, you need a different kind of sinker, and it needs to be tied to like a triple swivel.
Right.
One goes back to your rod, and then the other one goes to a hook, and then this one sits in the weight, so the hook's kind of just flapping around in the current. So I was like, well, if we need that, then we need a lot more shit. Yeah. But no, the current method we use with the sink bobber or sink weight works or slip weight works, bottom fishing. But you need an 80-pound lead or 80-pound line going from your rod out, and then your leader line needs to be 50-pound monofilament.
Wait, how much weight?
So 80-pound for the rod to the the little clip that you tie on, so you know how your rod line isn't the same as your leader line. Or at least ours is that way. So you need 80-pound for that, and then 50-pound for the leader line. So that if something snaps, it's your leader line. So you don't have to worry about.
Why did it change on there?
Oh, I don't know. But I do have a question. Because I know we were talking about gas earlier. And I wrote this question before we talked about anything.
Okay.
What if every gas station became empty? What do you think would happen?
A riot.
Do you think a recession would happen?
No one would drive anywhere for that riot, though.
They'd be running. A lot of running. Do you think a recession and maybe a depression would happen?
If it wasn't just localized, then yeah, you would. Because then trucks can't move food anywhere.
Yeah. You would see people.
There'd be no electricity. I mean, you'd be talking about going back to the Stone Ages for a little bit.
Even if it was just for 1 week.
Well, if it was for 1 week, then you just have an emergency supply of food and you should be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually when the gas comes back online, you'll have those dumbass rednecks that are like,
what's great?
let me grab my 55-gallon fucking jugs, put it in my truck, and then fill them all up, too. It's like, you dumbass bitch.
You know what's great? Like, I eat
car.
like once a day, so it's like perfect. And I can only eat like a tiny little bit, and I'm fine for
that's
a day
nice.
or two.
My wife is just,
I
have just been getting like cans of soup, beans, corn, that kind of stuff. I don't care what it is, as long as like it's an emergency. I don't care. I'll just eat a can of corn.
Yeah, if it fills you up, it fills you up.
And we still have propane. You don't need electricity for that, so you just kind of turn on it and fire.
Yeah. And see, we have a fireplace. So we have a fireplace, right? And you can cook stuff on top of it. And it's not a gas or anything. So
I could get you on a motorcycle. You've already been on one. Well,
Dirt bike.
you've been on a dirt bike, but it's still the
I knew you
same
were about to
fucking thing. It's a motorcycle. It's
so.
just a shittier motorcycle.
I don't think so.
Unless you can do tricks on it, then you're
she
cool.
wouldn't come on like if you got like a Harley or something.
No, I don't think so.
You wouldn't do that?
No. I don't think I would get on it. My titties just bounce. It's not like that. I went
What
like
titty?
that. My titties bounce.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying
I'll have to
lose
rewatch
weight.
that later.
I'm not doing very good because I'm eating Oreos.
But what were we talking about before?
Fishing in Idaho.
Yes. I figured we'd hit the lake, like the river, different parts of the river
Yeah.
for different days. Unless we have like a really good spot, I feel like we could do like two days. And then I think like we'd try different parts, of course. And then if we wanted to, we could try different lakes
True.
around. Because
How
there's
long are you guys gonna be there?
A week.
yeah.
Sunday to Saturday.
Are you guys staying somewhere at all?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
grandparents.
Oh,
Yeah, so free. Can't get much better than that.
okay.
I have no idea how big it is though.
I fell.
What's that mean?
She fell off the.
She fell off the
okay.
motorcycle.
I'm thinking like
Okay.
she fell outside, like she needs help.
Oh no, it was worse for me. I rammed into someone T-boning them. They were fine, but I fell. So
I just heard boning.
like my front tire went into his back tire, and you'd think that would cause him to like steer and fall over. I fell over. He was fine.
Mm.
He has also been doing
You got
it.
issues that I like.
he was fine because you boned him.
T-boned, not boned. I'm different.
built different. Yeah, I could see that with your headset. Did you itch your ear again?
No,
Then why is it like that?
because it feels comfortable.
Yeah.
My ear
Airs
gets-
out your
the top
ear.
of
My
my
ear
head.
gets hot.
Really,
That's
it's
true.
the top of my
Humid.
head that starts feeling pressure, and I don't know why.
You could just.
I know I could just
'Cause you
like
have a fat head.
I don't.
I'm gonna
I have a
take my
tiny
hat off.
head,
I
and you know
understand
that.
that's
Yeah.
gonna make it like, I don't care.
Look at that McDonald's logo.
Yeah, it's that stress level, boy. Cortisol. It's my drug of choice.
I have a question. Where are you gonna put that fish when you bring it back?
We would process it.
Yeah,
first.
Are you selling it?
No,
Oh.
you'd put it into fillets, and then
Yeah.
we would probably bring the vacuum sealer. You
Yeah.
put it into fillets, and then you put those in the cooler. We're not taking the big
The
ass
whole
fish
fish,
and
no.
then just sticking it in the cooler.
That's what.
I mean,
no, I'm
we
talking
will-
about like when like you get home with it. Like where would you put it in the freezer? Just that giant ass fish.
No, it would be after it's processed, after we've taken all the guts out, removed the head, and then
Yeah.
chopped it up into fillets.
We need to buy a freezer just for fish.
Well, for anything really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our freezer just too much because you keep ordering a whole bunch of like Walmart.
You know what's
You
kind of
keep
nice?
ordering a whole bunch of Walmart and like so he shops an entire month's worth of food in one
That's
day.
how I do be.
So when it shows up, the entire freezer is full,
So-
and we only have one like major freezer that we use.
Would you rather shop once a week or once a month for food?
I would prefer once a week because you don't require that much space to try to fiddle with everything and make sure it goes in and then piss off my wife.
Like fiddling.
Also, when we're in Idaho, I wanna go rattlesnake hunting.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
You could eat that too.
Fun.
Could
Yeah.
eat that, yeah.
Yeah, which I wouldn't mind trying.
Sexually though. I kind of want to get an air rifle though if we're gonna do that.
I'll bring my 22.
No, I mean like a 22 air rifle that you just pre-charge.
You
You
could
don't
bring
need
a
the
pistol,
ammo
too.
for.
Pow! You just
Although a
destroyed the
22 rifle would be a lot cheaper.
I have one. I have two.
Oh, sweet.
Wouldn't
I
like
don't
a
need
pellet
one.
gun or something be a good?
That's
idea
what I was
too?
talking about.
Yeah,
It's called a pellet
'cause
gun.
It spreads.
My grandmother has one.
Yeah, it's a PCP.
Yeah, my grandmother has one.
Okay.
Not
It's
the drug.
nice.
But
That thing's accurate as fuck.
You
too.
pre-charge it. It's the one. Does she have one that's
no,
pre-charged?
it's literally all it is.
Oh, it's spring-loaded.
It goes
Okay.
like that. You put in. The,
Yeah. I have
It's
one.
not a BB.
I have
it's
one
a
like
pellet.
that I can show you.
It's just you put one singular pellet in it, and you cock it. Dude, that thing has some fucking power.
Yeah, no.
Does your grandma
I can-
hunt?
No,
I
she.
kind
Well,
of
you
want to
would,
go grab it, but I understand that means I'm not going to be here. So.
but you can show me after.
Ooh.
A little foreplay before we get down and dirty.
Yeah.
Do it again.
But anyway, that one doesn't have any accuracy because that one was given to me by Matt, and he got it for cheap because the front sight was broken off, so it has no accuracy.
No, dude, the one my grandmother has, dude, that thing is accurate. It's all
And the spring
get
loaded
out.
kind of even feels like a 22 the way it kicks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The one my grand. Yeah,
It even has like a
Nice.
like a
Yeah.
like a really a cracking sound.
yeah. You see the air come out of
Yeah.
the. For my grandmother's, like it's nice.
Yeah. But I would want one that you pre-charge with a whole bunch of compressed air.
Oh,
Because
so
those
like
ones you can
CO2.
do multiple. No, not CO2. These ones you compress with really
Green gas?
high pressure gas.
Is it green gas?
No, you just do normal air. You do a compressor into the gun. You
Mhm.
charge it up to a certain psi, and then you can get about 30 shots of accurate shots until it's depleted. And then you fill it up again.
Huh.
You don't need CO2, any kind of gas like that. But the only thing you do need is the compressor, which is expensive because
Yeah.
you have to do like 5,000 psi, not 300, which is what most like the compressor we have is maxed out at. So
Mm.
I researched into it. It's nice. And
Yeah.
if we wanted to do rabbits, then I would got to go that route because you don't have to buy the 22 ammo.
Yeah,
Which
in,
is cheap,
in
but-
Idaho. Like, there's not many rabbits.
No, I was talking about like later in
Yeah.
life, I might get a
Yeah.
pellet gun for that because
Yeah,
cheaper, cleaner, and easier to use.
Mhm.
So
yeah, most definitely. But I figured we'd go rattlesnake hunting.
yeah,
So
I get to shoot my gun too. That'd
Yeah.
be nice.
yeah, we could just go out in the butt fucking nowhere and just shoot.
Oh,
too.
that'd be so
Are you
nice.
guys
Yeah.
going in a couple months or something?
We're going in.
June. So
yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
Was it like a month?
No, June, early June. So
Yeah.
whenever we reach May.
Oh yeah. So we have
No,
2 months.
it's pretty much almost exactly 2 months away.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the amount of stuff that we would have to get just to
less
get the
than
bare minimum would be about $90, because the
Okay.
1,000 yards of the 80-pound line is $50
I spent 20 on one of mine.
for what the line.
I think it was the 20-pound one, the threaded something.
Oh yeah, no, I wanted to
different
get
line.
braided for this one because if you go 80-pound mono, oh that's so thick. It's like you maybe get like 20 yards in your reel
And then it
alone.
runs out of room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one I found at 1,000 yards, because all the other ones were like 300, but they're expensive at 300. The one I found was like rainbow. It's just a rainbow line, so it's a lot easier to see. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But and the hooks too. All the weights that they like recommend are so heavy. So the heaviest.
Did you look up on the Snake River? On
Snake?
like
What do you mean?
what they recommend for catfishing?
No, I just looked up what are some good rigs for catfishing, and then it just had a diagram of the different types, the one that we use, and then it showed what pound line you need, what weight, what
Right.
the weight we need. So the largest weight that I have is 1/3 of an ounce. They recommend to going from 1/2 an ounce to 2 ounces. They're talking huge fucking weights. It's basically to ensure as it sits on the bottom, if a catfish does get it,
Yeah.
it doesn't immediately yank your rod. It has to yank the weight, so your rod, there's less like tension on it. But
You got to be careful. Now, one thing I will mention: you got to be careful with big catfish. The last time, the one time we went down there on the Snake River and we caught like a 3-foot one, and well, we caught a few, but I caught the biggest one. It was like, I think my dad caught like a 2-foot one, and I caught the biggest one, but like my dad got.
Yeah.
also, my dad's dead.
I win.
I do.
You pulled the smallest straw. That doesn't make any sense, but continue.
Anyways,
kind of.
he got hit by the barb because they got big barbs. Yeah, and they're a lot stronger.
Oh, yeah,
So
I
my
heard.
method of like getting underneath the barbs might not work.
They
Oh
make
no,
you
you would
bleed.
be like this. It's like a 2-man job. It's a 2-man job
Well,
for
I-
every fish.
I've heard you can put your hand into their
You-
mouth even.
You can.
I wouldn't recommend it because those little
They make
catfish,
you bleed.
those little catfish are like
Dude.
tough fuckers. I can't
Even
imagine a big one.
like the catfish that we catch, like I stick my
Oh, yeah,
finger
they're-
and I'm like, oh god
Pretty
damn.
Yeah,
I've seen videos of people catching it with their hand,
Oh,
though,
yeah,
and their hands
yeah.
are bleeding
Yeah,
bad. Yeah,
yeah.
it's crazy.
Well, it's because they basically just have like well, they have little sharp little needle teeth, but it's basically like sandpaper.
couldn't you grab under? So if you get under the neck, you could just kind of grab under the neck with the gills.
That'd be slippery though.
Like, are you talking about slipping your hand in the gill?
Kind of, but on the underside. So like you're controlling the underside of the fish a little bit. Wouldn't that be easier?
I mean, most of the time you just hold them like this, and then it opens their jaw.
Yeah.
But and I have, well, I don't know if it'll work on those guys, but I have that mount, the fish jaw opener. So
I don't think that'll work.
I don't think so either,
None of
but
that, 'cause I feel like
we'll
they'd
see.
just- Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, but anyways, you got to be careful with the barbs. So
What if I wanted to impale me?
that's gonna hurt.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah. I would we should also bring like a disinfectant. So like what's that stuff called? Peroxide, hydrogen peroxide.
For what?
If we do get
Bit
like no,
Oh.
not bit jabbed with the
Stabbed.
barbs because
Yeah.
infected.
it could become infected pretty quickly or easily.
Yeah, you could just even do alcohol.
Yeah, but
You just pour it on the fish while it's biting you. I need to clean it now.
oh, you want some water? I got some vodka in the car.
Yeah.
Go.
No, sauce.
Bro. Hey. Put beer in that? I wonder if it'd do anything to the meat. Like, pour it down the...
Make them drink the beer.
That sounds like
Like
No.
beer, you know how, like, beer
No,
battered...
because I don't think it'll get into their system before you kill them.
That'd be fucking funny, though.
No, I'm a fat ass.
You were
Yeah.
never supposed to be in the camera.
Wait, did he come
I don't
in
know.
the view of the camera?
I don't know.
You might see the side of his face.
Oh, maybe.
Also, my
Maybe.
hair today was super spiky. And
Yeah, I can
another
see
thing,
that.
I want to bring up. There's a customer.
I'm just joking, by the way.
There's some
I don't even know what he said.
customer today at Domino's.
Mm-hmm.
I just come in for a delivery. I'm obviously not there, and they're like, "Hey, can you help up front counter?" I'm like, "Fuck." So I go to a front counter, and he says his name, and so I turn around behind me to see if his order's up. It's up, and he hasn't paid yet. I was like, "Oh, great, here we go." So I told him the total, and he asked me like a snarky question, but I didn't catch on to it because I was just saying, yeah, to try to, I don't want to be here. Stop talking to me. I just want you to leave. Kind of, not like an agreement. Yeah, it's like, so he's like, oh, so carryout's only $3 cheaper, and I was like, yeah, and he's like, oh, so you did like, oh, so you do acknowledge that, and as he was saying that, I was grabbing his Coke, and I come back around. I look up on the coupon. It's like, nope, you saved $24. But it was, nope, you saved $24. I know you're trying to be coy with me. Please leave. I wish I could say that as strictly, but instead I was like, have a good day. After I said that,
See,
I
that's
was
why I
like,
could never work
stop.
places like that.
Ah,
I couldn't. I'd be
can't
fired
keep
so
people
fucking
stop
quickly.
being a bitch sometimes, you know?
Like, that's probably
I feel
why.
like you wouldn't be, because everyone would be like, thank you, Austin, for doing that.
Yeah, that's
We'd probably give you praise, honestly.
I mean-
do it again.
Okay, but like, whenever I worked, it was at the Toyota.
Yeah.
I like bitched out a customer. I went off on a customer,
Nice.
and everyone was like,
Nice.
"You did what all of us wanted to do."
But we've been
You
suppressed
actually
our
have the
whole
balls.
life. Yeah.
But I got in trouble.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
But my boss doesn't really care, so it was kind of nice. Like he was like,
Trouble.
"You were not." Yeah, it was
Yeah.
basically like, "Hey, just try not to do that again." I was like,
I loved it.
My
Don't do
threshold of niceness just keeps coming down and down for a customer, where it's taking less and less for me to actually take a certain action where I'm being super passy or pissy with them. It's becoming lower and lower, and I'm actually more excited about that. 'Cause and all it'll take is that one customer, and I'm just gonna, yeah. I think there was something else that happened today. It pissed me off. I don't remember what it was though. It was almost like he was being like a gotcha moment. Like he thought he won in the argument kind of thing. And I was like,
"Gotcha, bitch."
I didn't agree with you. I can say yeah for multiple reasons. One, I didn't hear you and I just want you to shut up. Two, I just want you to leave. And three, I'm actually agreeing with you. Like, just because I said yeah doesn't mean I agree with you. You can obviously tell I'm a driver. I don't want to talk to you. I want to go on my next delivery. But here we are because you want to keep talking to me.
You know what I just thought of? What we need in this room?
Blow up doll. Ashley?
it. We need estrogen.
She needs to.
Just a hole in the wall.
Oh my god, L'Oreal. Hold on, give me a second. Walks up to the wall.
Boom!
Yeah.
Hi, Ashley.
No, just like a case of Coke, just to keep and stand by.
I have water now because I'm trying to lose weight.
And so just gain water weight.
Let's eat chips.
It doesn't matter if you consume water or Coke, you still gain water weight.
Yeah. So then why? Who cares?
Because the sugars turn into fat. There's no sugar in water to turn to fat.
The water's gonna turn on the frog's gay, bro.
putting chemicals in the water that turn the freaking frogs gay.
Yeah.
I like to eat. I like to. What else did he say? It was a long spiel and it was hilarious, but I can't Alex Jones. So, any other questions?
Are you asking me?
You see,
Let's see here.
He was looking at you. I mean, I would assume.
and also with
So-
the whole gas thing. So
I got
second.
one.
Second. With the gas thing, I don't think that people will go to motorcycles first. I think they will probably go to electric vehicles first. Now that that's in the market,
I don't.
I think so. I think as gas becomes more and more expensive, they're not going to make the logical jump to go something smaller like a motorcycle. They're going to think of something like an electric car where, yeah.
See, like, if everyone rode a motorcycle, it'd basically be a third world country.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, kind of.
Why would it be?
Because, or like, you know, like Africa and like all those places, like a lot of people own motorcycles.
Well, they own bicycles for the most part.
as well. A
Yeah.
lot of people don't know.
I think
motor vehicles.
as far as the ratio is concerned, I think it's about the
What-
same there
what,
as it is here as far as motorcycle ownership.
What countries are like motorcycles? Like
India.
India. Yeah. Like that'd be.
Well, that's also because of population and lack of
Yeah.
road
Space.
maintenance.
Yeah.
So you really have two options: and more off-road vehicle that it's going to break down a whole bunch of times and it's going to be really expensive, or a motorcycle or bicycle, I guess. But they also have the little trikes.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, before I cut you off,
What
so
would
there's
you do?
also
What would you do if you weren't prepared for depression?
if I wasn't prepared, you mean like the first time I got it?
But I worded that wrong.
Try your best, but
What would you do
succeed.
During a depression, like recession,
Like a Great Depression.
Yes.
Okay.
If you're not prepared, what would you do?
Cannibalism.
There we go. That is a solution.
Please eat me.
Best.
You'd start homesteading more.
Please eat me.
You would try to grow your own crops. You grow your own meat.
Yeah.
You would no
You
longer.
can't grow meat,
And
but yeah.
there's one thing that makes us susceptibly vulnerable
I mean, someday we might be
in
able
any
to.
environment. We as a people in the United States don't know where our food comes from. Like the Oreo you eat, there's a lot of steps before you can get that Oreo, but all you have to do is walk into a grocery store and purchase it. People don't understand. The chocolate alone is such a
Dude, the
Fucked up
process
process.
of getting chocolate.
oh my god.
I could be eating an ass right now and I don't even know it.
well, you probably
'Cause we don't know what's
bug
made of.
But
legs.
would you care?
No, because it tastes good.
Well, and the cream
Exactly.
the cream is a mixture of sugar and milk, but that means cows, and then cane sugar, which is grown on a cane sugar farm, and it has to be
Dude,
milled and-
Coca-Cola with
Yeah. No, it slaps. Even Pepsi
yeah.
with real cane sugar is
anything with real cane sugar.
McDonald's. I keep saying- it's a Freudian slip. I want
It's that
McDonald's.
hairline.
McDonald's. If I
It's
keep
that
saying it,
hairline.
yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
It's because you're not wearing a hat
What
anymore.
the fuck was I gonna say? God damn it! It wasn't McDonald's. It was another thing. Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew with real cane sugar. Ooh. Ooh. That'll make this fat boy even fatter. The throwback Mountain Dew. Pepsi.
What was that?
Pepsi. Pepsi.
Yeah.
Commercial.
No, it's Gabriel
No, it was-
Iglesias
yeah.
making fun of a commercial, but
Yeah.
yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pepsi. It's fucking hilarious. That's so true too. That's all commercials are anymore. Well, not anymore. Now it's
No,
all
I don't even know what commercials are anymore.
We don't watch them.
Yeah.
Just skip.
typically like pride stuff, like gay pride stuff.
It's repetitive. It's always the same shit.
Well, that's how it's always
have-
been.
I have two moms. It's like,
Cool.
You think I care?
So
No.
what you're saying is you have daddy issues.
Big daddy issues.
And what you're saying is every boyfriend that you have is going to be like with your moms. So
Spanky?
unless they're that kind of moms. You know what I'm talking about, like certain lesbian couples where they're yeah. But then you have the other lesbian couples who probably aren't actually lesbian couples. Where one's the more masculine, the other one's more feminine. Or you have the ones where they're both hot, which is just porn. There's no couple where it's two girls that are just absolutely drop dead gorgeous.
I've seen one.
I have not seen a single. And you want to know why? Like, gay men are typically the most attractive men on the planet. As far as
try.
No, it's because men are okay, I'm not gay. Women would agree with me that the men that aren't like that the men that are gay are typically attractive. They're typically like physically they work out every day and they're muscular, that kind of thing.
There's less gay people than straight people, so
But
they have to try
the reason
harder.
for it is guys are visual creatures. So if you want to get a guy's attention, you have to be physically fit. Well, some guys not so much, but
There are bears.
girls, they care about what's on the inside. So you don't have to be like
That's
So
not
it's-
always true, though.
well, the tendency is that is the reason why you'll see if there's a gay guy couple, typically both of them would be mid attractive to a little bit higher, but never like one looks like a dump truck like hit him and he barely hanging on to life. Whereas with lesbian couples, it's the opposite, where you have that medium and you may have that one rare case where both of them are like 8s or 9s, but most of them are like 5s or lower. Yeah,
They cut their hair.
well, and because there's not very many.
And they're plump.
There's not very many.
Lesbians?
Yeah, there's not very many. If you talk about the pool of straight people versus gay people, there's not as many women looking for women as there are men looking for men. Or men looking for women is what I meant to say. So your pool, you dramatically decrease the pool of people that you can, collect from. So who's there? You kind of have to make, it's not my preferred choice, but I don't
That's
have
probably
any options.
why. That's probably why I got hit on so much when I was fit by men.
Yeah, because I think
They
that
thought you were
you're
gay.
yeah. Well, and anytime it's a common joke where guys are like, "Oh, I work out to get attention from females."
Yeah.
You're gonna have
not
every
true.
guy walk up to you and be
Run.
like, "What's your regimen, dude? What do you consume? Do you do protein shakes, creatine?" And you have a whole bunch of guys.
Can I fuck you?
No, that typically
Okay,
doesn't go
that's
there.
how like every conception of like motorcycle. Oh, like
Yeah,
girls
no,
are gonna be
it's a whole
dripping.
bunch- it's a-
No.
Same thing with cars too.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe some Lamborghinis might get a couple like younger girls like, but most of the time it's gonna be a whole bunch of dudes like, dude, how
Yeah.
much does that cost? That's the main question with any kind of car like that.
What do you do
How
for a
much
living?
you get it for?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Or what's like the gas? It's like, stop asking me. If I had
What's
a car,
the
I'd be
engine
like,
type?
dude, don't fucking talk to me.
Dude, like it's wait, I've had maybe one girl flirt with me because I was on a motorcycle.
I think okay, there are times in my life where I think a girl may have hit on me, but I wasn't sure.
I try to avoid it. I just like, yeah, let's just be friends.
And when I look-
don't say that,
and
but
when
I just kind of act like
And
that.
when I look back on it, I'm like, I'm still, I'm like, really? Maybe. But no, never that. I mean, I don't think girls openly flirt as much as guys do.
No,
So,
but I don't flirt.
you flirted with me when you were drunk. You remember that?
What?
No.
So, it
Well,
was
obviously he's
you,
drunk.
me, Austin. So, this was a
Oh.
while ago. And
This had to
Bree-
be a long time ago.
It's
No.
probably-
It was basically you guys. You're all over 21, and I think I was over 21 too. I think I'd
okay,
already
we're
been
YouTube
married.
safe now. Because he said we're 21.
Yeah, and then he bent me over and he.
Oh, red
I
flag.
taught you a lesson.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
the good old days.
No, but you were a little bit more than tipsy, but not like super drunk. And then everyone else was drunk, and I was the only one that didn't drink. And you just out of the blue were sitting on the couch, and you're right next to me, like, dude, not to be gay or anything, but you're like attractive, bro. I was like, thanks. I was like, even with the acne, I think it's the alcohol. That's probably because I still had pretty bad acne back then.
Yeah, but if you get rid of
if I get rid of the acne, then yeah, sure, I may be like a 6, 7 on a good day. 7 on a good day? Maybe 6 on a bad day. My wife might be like, "No, you're 10 to me." It's like, stop lying to me.
You're fake.
I'm gonna inflate my ego.
I think I think about the 7.
Yeah, and then if I had like full head of hair and I didn't have that, it'd probably be a little higher than 2.
Yeah.
Oh, if I lost
I can
weight,
give you some.
I think I was cheaper. I was lighter than.
Cheaper.
So if I lost some weight, I think I'd
Could have
go
bought
up.
me for 200 then.
I know I look like a fat slob, and that makes my attractiveness go down. So I need to lose some weight. I think if I'm at 200, that's probably like my prime weight.
You're at 200 right now?
I'm at 240,
Okay.
so I need to lose some weight.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I haven't been at 200 in like 5 years.
but no, losing weight is one of the best ways to actually gain
I
attractiveness.
haven't
Some people
been
disagree.
200.
Yeah.
In
Well,
like
yeah,
5
but
years.
as far as objective attractiveness, meaning if you asked just a whole bunch of random people off the side of the street what they would number you and you took the average, your average would go up if you lost weight.
Yeah.
Now, not if you're anorexic, but
That's not
if-
always true. A
if
lot of girls
some-
like a little bit more weight.
to a
Not-
degree.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, if you're 300 pounds, if you
No,
lose to
yeah.
180, or even if you lose a little bit of, I think it's mostly if you have a whole bunch in the face and you lose it and you look slimmer, that means you're more attractive. It's not the belly stuff, but
That's when you get really.
because if
high
you look,
weights.
I think if you have a whole bunch of fat on your face, like I kind of do right now, you start to look younger and younger because it's.
You don't have fat on your face. That's your
Yeah, not
normal
really.
face.
No, if I
That's like-
shave this, you'll.
Well, yeah, but that's normal. Like even if you lose a bunch of weight,
Dude,
you
even
get
I
some-
have
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still
Yeah.
more prominent.
I mean,
There's-
it's more.
yeah.
it's
It's
muscle.
not like one big
It's
one.
not
just
fat.
like-
It's
But-
muscle.
The beard is misleading. My face gets a lot thinner when I lose weight.
It also gets thinner. When
honestly
you
like
shave.
it at that length right there.
Yeah, I know. That's where I'm gonna keep it because
I'm
it's
gonna
so fucking hard to manage.
Yeah.
I was like, I tried one day. I was like, how many times do I have to comb this? So I just kept combing it a day. I comb it 20 times, and they're still like curl out. I'm like, fucker. It's like I can't use any kind of gel. There are some like beard oils that you use, but that it started to irritate my skin, so I was like, I can't use it.
especially if you wear a mask.
Oh my god. I mean, I'm glad I don't have to anymore, but
Yeah.
unless I go to the clinic and then I have to wear a mask.
That's still a requirement.
Yep.
Oh my god.
If you go to our local clinic, it's still a requirement.
I guess I'm gonna die.
Ex-
If I ever need to, I'm just gonna
True.
die.
So what you're saying is I can't get any medical attention or help if I'm not wearing a mask. So you're saying is you want me to die.
I mean, I would wear a mask if that was the case, but
I worried. I didn't want to
I
be
don't.
like,
I don't really
"Eh."
care if that. Whatever.
But I'm just saying out of everything that's
I just
happened.
prefer not to wear a mask.
Yeah, I'd rather
I
not.
just
should be our
much
decision.
just because it makes me.
There are more negatives to it for me than there
Yeah.
are positives.
Yeah.
And I'm young enough.
Well,
if I
for
get sick
one-
and I die, thank God, you know?
Well, it's like it's not gonna do anything for you.
That's what
It's not.
yeah.
It's not
You're
an
still-
effective way of
yeah.
protecting yourself.
You know
It's
what I
not.
didn't understand about COVID? You have a whole bunch of millennials and Gen Zers who are like, I just want to die. I just want to kill myself. But the second COVID comes around, like, oh no, I don't want to die anymore. It's like,
Lot of
come on,
talk.
commit.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's a lot of tough talk coming from a guy with a small cock.
yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it was so funny when I was
Ooh,
in my
Ooh,
accident.
I have a question. It's a sexual question.
Okay.
What word describing your dick is the most sexy to hear from somebody? Like typically a girl, let's say.
Richard.
Like cock, dick, obviously not penis. Your pee pee, your wee wee.
That makes it sound like you have a small one though when you say that.
So like, which one would get you like ooh the most?
Probably cock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I'd say cock too.
Yeah, probably that.
Your cock.
If someone says like, if someone were to say my wee wee,
Can I touch your wee wee?
It sounds so wrong.
or your pee pee or like
Is it alright
your
if I
penis?
kiss?
Yeah, that's when it sounds wrong. You're like, ew.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "How old are you again?"
Wait a minute. Wait.
Anyway,
man.
what were you gonna say before I sidetracked that sexual question?
I don't remember.
I think the second one for that one would be dick, though.
Mhm.
Either cock number one, dick be number two.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Can I touch your little pecker?
I'll tell you what I'm
pecker.
gonna peck with it.
See, now there's other
Would
ways that
pecker be-
it can be described, like shaft skin. Sometimes, depending on how it's used, is like okay.
Can I touch your foreskin?
Justin, we don't have
I
any.
know. I'm just trying to think of funny things.
We were boys born before the 2000s. We don't have foreskin.
Yeah, we're not born with one.
No. Well, no, it's removed.
Imagine that, though.
Dude, I would hate to.
I don't think it'd be any different.
What?
It's gross. Just having all that skin covering.
I
up,
mean, how many times I wank off, it doesn't matter.
it gets clean every
I
hour.
mean, if you're in the shower, you're already cleaning it anyway. So how much more is it to just kind of clean in the flap? And by the flap, you can like, you know how you pull.
like your hand motion.
Or you pull from the tip down. It'll unfurl it that you can clean it as it's like laid out instead of like, you know, in its pocket.
But what
form.
if you forget to clean it one day?
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if you don't wipe your ass one day? I don't know.
Ew.
Dude,
I mean, if
could
you have
never.
good poops, it doesn't matter. But
That's true. Cleaning for.
the foreskin, that's what I have you for.
Oh. Gross.
I'm gonna wait for
Nasty.
the response.
It's gonna take a little bit. It takes
This
10 seconds before she sees
This is
it.
the most my wife has ever watched this stream.
I think she's watched it. She just never.
I
Chat.
know. The second I brought up horses, she's like, okay, now it's personal. It's like I'll allow any other animal as long as it is productive in something. Goats, too. It's like you can get goat's milk, and it's in
Yeah.
fact one of the highest protein-filled milk, and is actually pretty fucking good for you as far as I think they also have probiotics in it, too. So, what are you... Okay, I'm not
messed
going to
up.
let myself be distracted by that. But
I am.
you can even get meat from goats too. Some people, I think it's a little bit more like stringy
Okay.
than
What were we talking about before you brought up?
penis, dick, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Fuck.
I guess now that my wife's watching, she'll know what to call it now. No, she'll just keep calling it pee-pee.
So what she
Creed.
calls it?
No,
I
no.
think that's your pee-pee.
Can I kiss your pee-pee? Can you stick your pee-pee in my wee-wee? I don't know.
Oh no. It's like that
I have to
episode
clean
of The
patients
Office.
too. Yeah, that's why I'm studying to become a doctor, not a nurse, because I don't want to have to clean patients.
Yo, okay. Have you ever watched that episode of
The Office.
The Office where Dwight is trying to figure out gay people having sex? He goes, "How does a gay man know when it's time to accept the other gay? Does it open?"
I love that, yeah. That's good. I mean, it does open.
No, he was talking like,
I know,
Yeah.
I'm talking about penis.
it was so funny. I love that fucking clip. Oh, I love that episode.
They're clippable moments from
Yeah.
it that are just
Dude, I
hilarious.
love The Office. I
Oh.
miss it so much. But is there anything else?
Oh yeah, played a Star Wars game. What was it called? Jedi Fallen Order. It came out like 2 years ago.
Mhm.
as far as the game goes and the story it was all right. But there was one moment where, and I think they did this so well, and now I have more respect for Vader. When you're fighting, eventually it comes to a scene where you beat one of the, they're called Inquisitors. It's the second sister, and you'll just see her face kind of go into fear, and then Darth Vader comes in and like strikes her down, kills her, and the only thing that you can do in the moment is like one slash, but you immediately go into this area where he's like killing you by choking you, and you try to force something down to basically crush him while he's distracted. But while he's force crushing you, he doesn't even look. He just grabs it and just holds it there, and then someone has to come in and distract him like by attacking him, where he now has to let go, and then you have to run away as all of this metal shit is like coming towards you. It just set the scene for just how badass he was and just how much fear it would have struck in everybody to try to go up against him force wise.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. I was like, well, this is where I die. You know? Oh, it was so fucking creepy too. And that was the only memorable moment. Everything else was like, I don't really care.
I think if you know how like in Rogue One, that one scene, Darth Vader
It's
just going
basically
fucking
like
ham.
that, but you're in a video game,
Yeah.
and it's like you're facing him and trying to run away, and it's
Yeah. But if they did that, like in the older movies, the fighting style,
Mhm. Yeah.
I also would have loved to see Darth Vader's like life, like in a movie, like a story of Darth Vader. Like after he became Darth Vader, there was so much that missing.
Disney probably will
That's
do
the
that
comics.
eventually.
You think so?
They're gonna
I
fuck
think
it
so.
up.
Probably. But
Probably.
they'll probably still do it.
But I'd love to see it though. So just
I
for
agree.
There's comics out
for
there
fuck's sake.
that basically fill in the gap.
Yeah, but I mean,
But it's not in a movie yet.
Well, you can watch a YouTube video of someone explaining the comment or reading.
that's not
through
as
it.
fun as watching.
Yeah, I agree.
I find it just the same.
No.
reading.
Yeah.
Star Wars don't read.
I don't, but if someone reads it for me,
Story
Oh,
time.
This is funny.
I can't remember what his name is, but he basically breaks down a lot of the Star Wars lore that you don't really hear or listen to, or hear or read. So, one thing that happened is, in order for Darth Vader to get a lightsaber, he had to defeat another Jedi in combat first without a lightsaber. And then he had to make it bleed, and as he made it bleed, he had multiple visions of Padme, as well as the life that he would have if he was still Anakin, and then he also had a vision of him going up to the Emperor with a blue lightsaber, saying that he's Anakin, and played that out, killing him, kind of thing. But eventually made it bleed to where now it's red, and you see the internal struggle that he's already being faced with as he's going through those trials, which happened right after the purge. So, yeah.
They'd probably make Darth Vader gay, Disney, in the movie.
If they were to do that,
I am your daddy.
Yes. Honestly, that part would make it worth it.
Losing a hand isn't the worst thing that can happen to you. Trust me, I know.
oh no, not the good hand.
Yeah.
Are
The reason I'm breathing like this is there's a dick in my mouth.
Are you ambidextrous by chance?
Yeah.
Because you'll need to be.
Yeah.
Goes up to Darth Maul. So how do you? Get it? Because he got his lower half cut off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of.
He got robotic legs, so.
Yeah, but it's more like a spider.
Well, that was at first, but eventually whenever he went to his home planet, they fashioned him actual legs. That was just his, like,
Temporary.
trying to survive stage. So he just grabbed whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Well, I'll try this again. I'm gonna have to read it, but I'll try it without. Okay, that concludes our episode of the Midnight Snack podcast. Hopefully, we gave you the goods to keep you up tonight. If we didn't, and you fell asleep, you're pussy. Anyway, till next time, stay sexy. That was awful. You want me to do it again? I will do it again.
Do it with more, excitement.
I can't because my parents are asleep.
You don't have to scream to the youth, but you were like whisper.
They're probably already awake.
I'm tired. You know what? Well, well.
Give the dyslexic it.
That's what makes it fun.
Claim your disabilities.
You should read it as you see it.
Yeah.
So this looks like cock.
Okay, I'm going to try to read this as fast as I physically
yes,
can.
please.
Okay? Without really trying to take time. That concludes this episode of the Midnight Snack podcast. Hopefully we have had the... Oh, fucking A. Have provided you with the goods to keep you up tonight. If not, wrench.
Yes.
If not,
let's see. If not, I guess rewatch.
Yeah.
Ah, found it. Rewatch when you wake up. You weak You weak bastard. Until next time, stay sexy, motherfucker.
Oh God.